it's the 5th round live from the Royal Arena here in Copenhagen. We've got our grand final set in stone, but we're not there yet. Another round of play, more Counter-Strike to be seen. And here on the main stream, we're going to be bringing you Astralis versus Cloud9. Now, the run of the show would dictate that your analysts, of course, joining again. We have Potter and Pimp, would be providing insight as to how this one goes down. Now, no weight necessarily attached to it, but Cloud9 do seem to have had somewhat of an upswing coming into day 2, Christine.
They definitely have, and I think the key here is Tim. Automatic. He's been very quiet since all of these roster changes have happened, and as it should be, you know, he was always surrounded by Stewies, by Terex, all these proven, very veteran players, and now it's a whole new project, it's a whole new game, and I like the fact that today they're showing their progress. They're showing that, hey, we can be competitive.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Cloud9 is a team that everyone expected coming into this tournament would be by far the worst playing team. I think they did themselves a great honor today by playing well, you know. They made the games competitive, and they were very close at taking down FaZe Clan as well just before.
We wouldn't even have a guarantee necessarily. I mean, FaZe Clan had fallen. Instead, though, 14 rounds to the 16 of FaZe. So close but no cigar. But if anything, that's a feather for their cap. That's something, you know, I was just talking to the player manager of Cloud9 and getting a little insight, and they said they were walking out of the venue, they said, we don't deserve the shuttle, we'll walk in the rain.
Oh, no.
They do now.
Oh, gosh. Anyway, we'll light a candle for them, and we'll be seeing them in the server in a moment. But first, let's take a look at the AIM challenge.
Welcome to Blast Pro Series Copenhagen, where today we're holding the penultimate Betway AIM Challenge. And next month, we're going to be crowning our 2019 AIM Challenge champion, who will win the keys to the kingdom and take home the Betway AIM Challenge crown. But back to today. One player from each of our professional CSGO teams will take to the Betway AIM Challenge map. It's a custom-built map, and essentially our players have to gun their way through while being timed for a series of rooms, completing the course as quickly as possible. So the pressure is truly on. Let's take a look and see how our Copenhagen contestants fared.
Yeah, I run out of bullets as well. Yeah, it's not good. I see, get the reload in. Okay, there we go. Okay, so. I just lost a second there as well from not being able to press. I know, it's annoying. I did the same thing. Okay, right.
And NIP are now actually surveying Cold Zero to see how he did. He looks so happy.
He has played this before, actually.
Jesus. Did he just shoot 2 at the same time?
Rest is fine, You think?
Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Let's take a look at what happened when Thor took on the Betway AIM Challenge.
You know, I was nobody told me you can line them up, so don't laugh. No one did tell me. No one did tell me.
If you practiced.
He's doing a crime towards the map.
There we go.
Why did he stab me?
How'd you do?
I think I beat Res.
Okay. Oh, dude, that guy surprised me.
Oh, that was bad.
That's quick. Thanks.
That kind of paid off at the end. Your time, 0.48.25. Can we get a round of applause, please, as we watch Twist's AIM Challenge? Yeah. 2 claps for Leash. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, fine.
Oh, you got it.
Oh my God! Stop blowing my bubble.
This is not bad at all. So,
dude, you're above a legend.
Thank you so much for watching the AIM Challenge filmed here in Copenhagen. Next month, we are going to be crowning the Betway AIM Challenge champion for 2019. So make sure you don't miss it, and we'll see you then.
Welcome back, friends. Welcome back to the C stream, where the action continues. We've already got our grand finalists all tallied up, Launders, but there's still a third place that needs to be decided, so that we know when this when this standoff gets going, right? We've still got 20 grand up in the air for that one, but here we are. Team Liquid and FaZe Clan is what.
All right, yeah. Here we go, Henry. Here we go. We're back. We're ready. We're good for this. Astralis, they got the chance. Biased commentary here, live from Copenhagen. I'm Semler, with me is Henry, and we're going to get into the last match of the group stage here. Absolutely. It is going to be Cloud9 versus Astralis. Henry, we're going to become a Cloud9 connoisseurs by the end of this tournament.
We know every player.
You would have just let me come out here looking like a slob.
It would just have. Just natural comedic value in that, I think. So, you know, was it a good sandwich at least?
It was a good sandwich. It's got like a certain nostalgic thing to it. You know?
All right, it's like a little same as last year, maybe that's why.
Well, like you know that season that the Pro League was done out of Copenhagen. I did the NA broadcast, so my schedule was like 11 p.m. to 7 a.m.
All right.
This sandwich is one of the few things that kept me going during that step.
So like a Danish sandwich kind of thing that we've got going on. Fair enough.
It's not as good as American sandwiches, but...
Well...
What is?
What is? That's a good point. Yeah, I mean, listen, you're not even going to get an argument from me on this front. I'm fine with it. Fine with that idea.
Very aggressive. Oh, that nade. That one hurts. Perez goes down. Guardian with the nade kill. And making their way into the lower bomb site. This is looking like a pretty decent passage so far for NIP.
Flaming in a lot of trouble. Caught out in that corner. Now Popsky will get a great return. A 3-on-3. The bomb is going to be going down Forest. I mean, if he wins that fight, that does put them in a great position. But now, in fact, he might have given it up a little bit. Could be a problem.
Ooh, well, here we go. Klopski's gonna shoot upwards, finds one kill, needs a follow-up, but not able to do it. Twist left in a 1-on-2, and he got the immediate goosh. That'd be a big kill if he could take down Boomich. But the bomb is now being defused. It's a long one, but it's not for him. He needs to win that fight, and it's not gonna happen. Guardian's gonna be able to stick things, and that is gonna be the best round going over to Na'Vi.
It's a very good job. 10-second defuse, definitely not easy, but yeah, they had to win that early fight. And Boomich just the man for it. Lord Boomich, in fact.
Lord Boomich.
Na'Vi with the early round.
And I think Na'Vi's probably one of the teams that's going to be most upset about not making it into the grand final. Considering that tie against Cloud9, that was very painful. That was the first match of the day. They just tied their previous, I believe, against Astralis as well. So there's some points left on the table that they probably wish they could have back.
For sure, the tie is going to be the big one, right? But then the fact that NIP just end up taking out Liquid, at that point you're just, if you're the rest of the field almost, you're just thinking what?
Yeah, Liquid as well probably had to be thinking in their head, man, if we could have just won that game against NIP,
yeah,
had a real shot at those grand finals. But either way, remember we mentioned this at the beginning of the event. Liquid, FaZe, Astralis already confirmed for Bahrain. Gonna turn the corner, but there's just way too many targets. Even Plopsky picks up that Krieg, but somehow manages to find Simple a second nade kill for Guardian so far in the game.
Electronic with actually a lot of damage outside towards Electro. And NIP, I mean, sort of bleeding players just trying to get across the map in this round. Forcing the issue maybe a little bit too much. I mean, Na'Vi are still, I don't know, what's your feelings about them right now? Because I had that one night, when they got Boomich on here, I was very hyped about the whole thing.
I think everyone...
And I don't really regret that, but I'm wondering how many people are already saying, oh no, it's not good enough or whatever.
No, I mean, I think it's still positive. I think everything for Na'Vi, I'm also very excited ever since they brought in Boomich. It's all just moving in the right direction, which is good to see, because for a moment, for a little bit there with Zeus in the roster, it felt like this team had kind of stagnated. Like we found the peak.
Yeah.
And we knew they wouldn't be going any higher. The third nade kill for Na'Vi. Ooh. And just Guardian just banging kids out with the scout. That's not too shabby.
All trying to make it up the ladder, and no access allowed. They have the right wristbands, not allowed into the side.
That's the thing with Na'Vi is I think everyone kind of realizes, especially with Blade coming in as a coach, probably one of the more complex tactical coaches that we have and more tactical in-game leaders when he was a player.
Yes.
Like, it's going to be a process to get all of that underway, especially with Boomich as an inexperienced in-game leader, especially at this level. I think there's a lot of positive things going on for Na'Vi, but it's just going to take time. It's very similar to what we have with FaZe at the moment. I think the biggest question mark about the scene at the moment is these teams like Liquid and Astralis that seem to be... We know how good they can be.
Yeah.
We know how good they've been consistently in the past, but they've looked rough, both of those teams, over the last month.
Yeah, it's a weird thing when it's not the first time we've seen it, but you know, when you are on top and just surfing on that wave, right? It's amazing, but it does feel like once you fall off, then it all comes crashing down on top of you, and I don't know, like it's hard for teams to make it back. And it's not like the players have forgot. Like Liquid still have look at Elysian that last game. You know, it's crazy performance out of him.
Yeah, he was pretty damn nuts.
So they have like all those things still in the team, still there in case they need it, but definitely something else that goes wrong, or some sort of, you know, just flow state that goes out of sync for them. So that's upsetting. We've seen some examples of you know, teams bringing it back and suddenly making it work. I mean, the current one that's tons of fun is the Fnatic one.
Yeah, Fnatic's on the rise. We have NIP on the rise at the moment. We have Na'Vi that seems promising. We have FaZe who seem to be on the rise. So we have so many good things now. Where earlier in the year it felt like it was kind of that race between Astralis and Team Liquid. It was very much like a very top-heavy top 10. Now all of a sudden it goes deep into that top 10 for teams that are dangerous and look cool. Aggression from Electronic behind the smokes outside. Again, more pretty good utility coming out of the Na'Vi defense. And Electronic is just biding his time. There's not a care in the world from NIP. They don't think there's a chance anyone is aggressive inside of this smoke. And Plopsky has somehow found his way towards Connector. And Electronic just simply lost track of it around that smoke.
Yeah, that was very weird because it looked like if Electronic had known, he could have probably just spun around and got that kill, but I'm going to be picked up here instead. A 4-on-4 for NIP to try and pick up their first round. They're fighting against a Scout and an MP9, and actually that's one of the real rifles taken away there. Simple goes down. That's a big kill for Rez, and there's some range on this for Boomich. The MP9 still comes out on top, but it's even a little bit surprising you do that.
I don't know how Flamey gets up. It would have to be a flashbang from Guardian, who I don't even know. Ooh, or just a shot from behind. There's the flashbang. Rez is tagged. He's going to turn. Good trade from Flamey. Now into a 1-on-2. Flashbang out behind the vents. He shoulder peeks. Forrest is blind out in the open. And Flamey picking things up and never saw the flank coming. Good movement from Plopsky to be able to win that scenario. And the first round for the Ninjas on the board.
That was very close. I mean, that could have gone horribly wrong. So excellent job winning it towards the end. And, I mean, for Na'Vi, at least they managed to take a bunch of rifles away here, even in a loss, right? Now, they don't really have much money themselves now, so they need to keep this up. But
that was around though. Guardian has a Scout as well, so now he's upgraded to the AWP of a little bit more power. Forrest going to try and make it on the vents with the MAC-10, and I don't know what he's going to be able to do. 22 HP, you have to imagine Simple heard that.
I see a lot of people
Guardian with that up is going to back away from all the pressure outside.
Yeah,
I don't know if there's a defender down here at all.
Yeah, that's well, Flamey's kind of like posing on the edge of it, but that's really weird, isn't it? Lecro, that's
just for you guys. I'm switching to that stream. Liquid versus FaZe.
Utility to burn him into the...
Fernando. Devious.
Open.
I hope you're happy now.
No overfacing though. It's been good grenade dueling going down on Banana. Obviously Liquid, yet again, come out on top. One missed frag towards mid. Rain baits it out with a little spam.
However, I can't go ahead and change the titles now.
Everybody takes a breath and gets ready for the B hit.
It doesn't matter, right? It does.
We said that. It's important important to breathe.
It's good, yes. You are now manually breathing.
All of you.
Anything that you want, guys.
Stewie's up and above, hears all these footsteps, and even gets mixed it all. Still will be cleared. Nico's able to whip his head around, trying to get the bomb carrier to come in with him. But Team Liquid come running over. Smoking still blocking them off. Olaf's plants, 4v4 in the post. What do these CTs do in terms of utilities? Smoke, frag, flash. Ooh, baby! Wow,
I feel
what
like
a tease.
More damage.
Yeah, you'd think it is just, it's that stained glass, you know?
Oh yeah, powerful stained glass.
Here comes Twist. Nobody keeping eyes on back doors, so he's just gonna easily start picking up kills, you'd think. Has to swap to the sidearm, but still, they just flood through the bomb site, killing everyone. How does that go unwatched?
They're all
Looks like
watching a CT smoke. No one's even caring. No one gives a hell about construction.
Witchy-watchy.
They really should have just had somebody looking for it. You actually don't want your quad guy to look at construction.
Here we are back again with an IP and Navi. Hope you guys enjoy.
Outside, might have been able to punish the retreat. Here comes the smoke wall. It's very, very close to secret stairs, and they're going to start walking behind this. Creeping up, staying out of vision, simple. Trusting those smokes to be a wall, and now swing out a little bit wider. Doesn't like the overextension, but he should call some information. I think he might have heard a footstep out towards those secret stairs.
Yeah, it looked like it, didn't it? Simple. Just got his eye trained, so I mean, he's on the A-bomb side, but he's actually he's making sure no one's flanking around yard either.
And there's already a committed player downstairs. I believe that's Electronic.
Yeah.
With his defense, he's just ready and waiting. Nasty little off angle. Can't obviously get spammed through the rafters.
What did he do here on IP? 40 seconds. That's starting to get low on the clock, and
FAZE
again, that B-bomb side, they're gonna have to win at least one fight to get there.
It's a utility they're missing. One flashbang unforced. And I don't even know if you can take the lower bomb site without any kind of utility whatsoever. So yeah, it'll have to be a round win, but Navi's gonna throw so many bodies at the problem. Once they can eventually know what's happening, Electronic, just waiting for the information, not committing to a single fight, letting them exit. He's been spotted out. That's not ideal, but a big win on Twist, and an even better trade from Plopsky.
10 seconds here as the bomb is going to be going down. If there had been a second player for Navi, maybe they could have denied that plant. But instead, there's a chance here. Double creek for NIP. And maybe they could steal this round away. Navi certainly expecting it. That is kind of crazy. Forrest got dinked in the face while he was jumping there, Boomich. It's not enough for a kill. And now it's a 3-on-3. And Navi edging their way in. Flamey, very attentive. Surprised he saw that at the top of his head. Now the bomb is being defused all the while. A little bit of a nice shot, and Lecro. That is outrageous. Taking down Flamey, and no defuse happening in this round. Guardian wants the AW to get back on now. It's not going to be possible. A quad kill instead for Lecro.
Wow. What a beastly 3-kill inside the bomb site. That is an actually disgusting performance. That he was at such a disadvantage. That bomb was planted at such a weird angle for him that he had to extend so much on that swing to get the diffuser. Guardian missed a shot, otherwise that round's over. What an awkward positioning for a post plant if that's where the bomb is planted for Electro to be in, but somehow he makes it work perfectly. The transfer over to that second player for the headshot is an absolute thing of beauty.
Yeah, that was extremely well done. Electro with the deagle, something that we've seen in the past many times.
That's a good point. He is known for his deagle work. Flamey waiting for the presence in ramp room. Another very sparse, very scrappy buy out of the Na'Vi defense, and Flamey catches a flashbang full in the face, and he's just barely gonna get away. Twist maybe less than happy, and that's the bomb. Oh dear. Simple on the flank. I think he's been spotted. It doesn't matter. Forrest couldn't handle the fight. Another dink, a follow-up dink onto Rez. But look at the presence in ramp room for Na'Vi. This is so brutal. Rez literally stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah, I don't know how you do this. Simple jumping around the corner does not make it easier at all. If they had waited a long time, maybe Electro could have been to help out, but Na'Vi just not even giving them the chance there. I'm saying you're not going to get any way to help each other out here. So Electro now instead creeping around the map looking for I don't know anything that he can get at this point.
With the bomb dropping in that fashion as well, it's such a tough situation for NIP to manage because it's like all the defenders immediately like just realize if you're a T and the bomb drops like that exposed, you have to like just have all your attention on trying to get that back as quick as possible. And NIP just takes Na'Vi just takes complete advantage of it. They start pushing through hut, they start flanking ramp room, and there's nowhere to go. There's no retreat, there's no way forward, and Na'Vi's got them trapped.
So they bring it right back after, again, a round like that for Electro, that's supposed to be like the big sparking moment where NIP started going a little bit more of a run. But now we just steal it away from them right afterwards, so...
Get wrecked.
No luck here. 5-3, and Na'Vi, this is looking pretty good early on the CT side. Again, it can be a very hard half to play on the CT side if you run out of money or you just have a hard time with your rotations. They're suffering with that.
It's looking good so far. That nade, I thought that was going to do tons more damage. It's looking good so far, but they haven't really been able to get comfortable. They're hanging on to this lead, but this lead is still easily can slip away from them. And this is an awkward fight. Headshot angle, simple transfers over. Him and Flamey in a very awkward paired up defense and even shooting his teammate's dead body right at the end.
Seems unnecessary, doesn't it?
But that's the kind of simple we like.
Yeah, I just want to see Simple play, even more in front of bigger crowds, just with all the hype behind him. I think that's one of my only complaints really about 2019 Counter-Strike, is that I haven't seen enough Simple.
Yeah, it does seem, that's a good point. We'll get him back soon.
Well, that's, if Na'Vi is going to be a better team from here on out, then that's one of the big things that I look forward to. One of the big sort of pleasures I think that could be out there is that maybe we'll get that Boomage, the Lord on top of the hot, and he's doing it all. He's got no problems. Nice triple for him, and now a little bit more of a lead for Na'Vi, starting to build it.
Yeah, now it's starting to feel better. And fair play, that was such a grind to have this kind of a lead, to have this kind of an advantage in the game, especially in terms of the money. Now that the SMG is providing some bonus cash.
And as they say, the Lord giveth, and the Lord take it away as well. So, just Boomage up there.
Okay, a little bit of blaspheming going on in the stream, I like that.
All the time. 7-3. Electronic got close with the M4. Plopsky, I don't know. Doesn't seem like there's a gap, but I was really worried.
This is just deja vu from earlier.
Yeah.
Last time Plopsky and Electronic passed inside of that smoke. Free kill, and there's no one to follow up. There's no one to punish the retreat. NIP grouping up. When the legs are spotted. Simple gets aggressive. Another smoke goes up and towards the door. This is going to be a very disjointed hit. And what a brutal crossfire coming out of a narrow choke point. Na'Vi looking very, very good.
Yeah, now they're starting to feel, a bit of...
Let's watch some...
All in?
Someone else can fact check. Yeah, that sounds right, but I'm going lava outside on this one. Okay, which one's stalactites? Which one's on top? Stalagmites or stalactites? Come on.
Stalagmites.
On top?
On top.
Okay, someone can fact check that too. I actually don't remember.
Again, we have questions but not answers.
50-50s are the hardest, man. 1 in 3 chance I get it every time. 50-50, I don't know. I can't remember.
Come on, work this gun round, boys. FaZe, you're in the finals. You're supposed to be making mincemeat of Team Liquid here.
Maybe that's why Liquid are mad.
That's what I mean. They're playing versus the guys who, in their minds, took their spot.
I think a lot of people took their spot though too, huh? Like they didn't. It's not just FaZe who are in their way. Who else? Like even Na'Vi are. Liquid only won 1 round. Right?
Thank you so much for subscribing.
I think we only cast 1 Liquid. Yeah, it was the start of the day, so it was like ages ago.
Doing really good on A once again, stopping the Arch play. The early round default results in 2 T's dead on one side of either side of the map. Now it'll come down to 3 men on A, Liege, and, well, not a Liege anymore. So that's an opening. Wow, he's sitting here committed. That's crazy.
Ooh,
he have a skip behind him? Yeah, he's good.
Now a little smoke blocks off the pit player, but still the Opper. Looking mobile. Will be spammed down by Brokey, who has the bomb on his back, but 3 targets ahead of him. Man, he tries to take the high road, twists with the uppercut. Yeah.
Hadouken. Wait, no, not Hadouken.
No.
Sorry. We do have fighting game elements in the HUD. So I think they're welcome to have fighting game references. So I should probably learn some.
What's your favorite fighting game? I recently got Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Well, I only play Melee, but then people still have fighting games.
Already on.
Ooh, Nitro.
Finals.
That headshot was through the legs of a teammate, and he hits the guy in the background. That's accidental fragging, making it look too easy. But let's all take a moment to appreciate.
Sure.
Nafly is 16-4. You know the reason this is 9-1. The
reason you couldn't tell by his face, but he's 16-4.
He's had enough. Freaking FaZe clan, man, getting to the finals, man. Play him Inferno.
No one can confirm because they've never heard him talk, so maybe he does.
I remember
we've heard Naf talk.
I think
our Canadian bro.
Yeah. There was one Blast Pro series where Frankie got like the most animated Nafly interview I have ever seen. He was smiling.
Wait, was that Sao Paulo?
That's what it was. Yeah, it was the crowd that kind of got it out of him. Yeah, he was happy at that one.
That's true, yeah, he was talking, man. He's chatting up a storm. What happened to that? Oh, I guess this is his brand, though. Like, we wouldn't even be talking about him if he wasn't so, like,
right.
because he's, like, quiet all the time. Okay, here we go. Rush into Naf, the man of the hour, and a great nade to stop Voltaire dead in his tracks. He'll go and try to reclaim the gun that he dropped, and Naf, does he want to flasher? No, nothing crazy just yet. It'll be a retake situation as all of the blue guys start to pour over into the...
Olaf, he swapped that MAC-10 into the M4, into the Krieg, and that Krieg swap costs him. Caught shuffling weapons and leaving his team with just the lackluster guns. Still, we do have 2 members of FaZe coming in off Banana. They are smoked off in the moment. Barbecue meant to be cleared. Brokey still able to get one, but burns to the fire of a Liege, who then tries to peek off Coffins. Nitro simultaneous on his attempt. Rain gets himself away, and the retake is good. Team Liquid taking another. It's the retake on B, successful once more. 10-1.
10-1.
Let's just go to the finals.
Put a bow on him. Put a bow on him.
Let's get out of here.
Save your stamina. You know what I mean? Or lax.
Maybe that is what they're doing. Boom.
Indeed, it could be the case.
Poor Rain. Needed a couple hot digs, but nope. So we move into another gun round. Not that it's made much of a difference. I feel like FaZe have done just as well with weapons as with pistols in terms of getting a bomb planter nearing sites themselves.
That's a fact.
So there's no way to know where this will go, but it all starts off in mid. Excellent flash assist from Nitro, Liege with an easy cleanup, and Team Liquid with an immediate 5v4.
I love how Liquid are just giving them the hardest time possible. Great time flash, peek down mid, easy GG. Or is it? Unless Olafmeister with his Dragon Lore goes ahead and peeks the left side on Arch, or smokes it off just to cause a distraction. Nitro, timing shot. I think he might have taken it. Yeah, they fall back from there. Good Molotov to coalesce with that on the other side of the map. And sometimes FaZe go back to A in this situation. We've seen it happen before. I don't know if this is one of them, but okay. 2 players set up for smokes. Olaf still kind of messing about, and he's pushed them back into A, so the rotations are a little bit later because they got to be worried that it's a fake for until like the longest amount of time possible. That's good. And now they come back to B. Another attempt for Naf and Stu to go bananas, but in the B side, not on banana.
They'll hide. They'll be facing a wall. Smoke. Stu. Tries to body block one, plays on its edge. No utility left here for the T's as the Molotov hits their feet. Brokey's gonna spam some shots, and Stewie gives himself himself away, coming back empty-handed. And so does Nav, but nicely done. Little spam shot. Will catch Olaf, makes sure nobody's in the back of the bomb site, and Nitro shaving one off Orange means Cold Zera, the bomb planter, still has to be close. And the only question then is, where is Nico?
See how long the rotation takes? So Olaf pushed them so far back, I got scared. Nico, good pick.
Beauty of a shot. Then Nitro close gets one back, follows it. Hop on cycle. Nico knows that Twist's coming in from CT. That molly gave him away. A flying Nitro pop from the skies above, and Twist's crosses over regardless of the flames. A bomb tap, a preemptive peek, and a round for the FaZe clan. Finally, they get a second on the board. 10-2.
Nice round from Nico. I mean, really nice shot. That Molotov was Liquid's Molotov, right?
That was Twist's, yeah. Definitely made his CT cross a little bit
Literally
harder.
could have been the difference between like Nitro not being able to peek the corner and him taking damage crossing into the site. So that's what it was, yeah, not what it could have been. But yeah, FaZe, yeah, they needed a round, right? They needed a round. If they're going to come back into this, they needed to get at least one. So there it is. And they've actually done a lot of damage, so looks like Liquid don't have enough money to buy themselves. They'll buy next.
This is still a chance. I mean, all things considered, like, we kind of had to laugh away way too many rounds on this.
Yeah.
But what about a 10-5?
Sure.
Is it doable? Is it done? Completely open for the taking.
But then
FaZe
again,
clan wary.
we got Liquid with Creeks.
Yeah.
That's pretty yummy. Can you do the reload sound?
No.
No,
Need like
tough.
a recocking
It's
one.
like a compound sound, yeah.
Oh! What the heck? That's awkward. Luckily, Cold's here to clean it up, but
Scary though.
Range is caught by the flying Nafly. Not that he got the kill, but just, you know, bumped face.
Getting FOMO.
It's like when a child tries to fight you and he headbutts you in the legs, so then you just knee him in the teeth.
You just wait a second. You're just starting fights with children. Oh, you actually almost accidentally did that. Walking. A kid almost walked into.
Yeah, you saw that, eh?
I was there.
Yeah. I could have taken him.
You could have taken him for sure.
He didn't have a chance.
Oh, that kid would have regretted it. 100%.
Luckily, he got out of my way. He knew who I was.
Scrawner.
You know, sometimes it's a little. Broken trust launders.
Hard times. Hard times if you're a FaZe clan.
Well, they got that third one. They win versus Liquid's pistols as expected. And now the question will be, can they close it convincingly? Because we look at a 10-5 half, I'll forget about the nature of the first 10 rounds. And just let you slip by, because you'll be starting the CT side in a good position. Rapid aggression. Already out mid, Rain. Rounds corners, but so does Stewie. Tiffany's happening. Doesn't get his kill. Olaf swings around, and that's a kick in the nuts.
It's a real punch in the teeth.
Twist's gonna tuck himself into the graveyard, flashed, but still able to see Nico on the edge. Drops that bomb and falls. Nitro all alone, 1 versus 4, and he too cleared. So 4 rounds for FaZe.
Not bad. Sorry, it starts to get a little bit better. Man, it feels like Stewie. Just like it's getting more. It's like he hit the first bullet, couldn't get a second one. Couldn't get the spray like things are just not working out for him right now.
Nothing's getting easier for Stu.
Like he positionally there had the advantage, and then that one time where he blocked the smoke on B, also was offered up a free kill, couldn't get the first one. I don't know. Yeah, it's a weird thing. Being able to hit shots. Sometimes you're allowed to. Sometimes the world says no. It's tough. Tough life being a pro player. Tough life, man. It's hard.
Ready for the nade? Stewie seems primed. Wait, what? Oh, good, never mind. Never mind.
That's okay.
Nitro's ready. Stares into the blank wall. His power rises as he waits for a chance to just whip around 180 headshot. Elige has got his hand off his mouse as well.
On the hand warmer, flinging it around.
Here comes the deep would be. Just Stewie. If he pumps his chest enough, he might be able to convince them to go elsewhere. I mean, clearly FaZe leaving bomb back in spawn or leaving options open. There's the peek from Elige, plays with the corner and gets a couple shots out, but nothing too severe.
Stalemate, reassessment of the round. They decide where to go to. Oh, that's a big kill in the halls. They can wait a second, just make sure they think it could be A and then execute. Bomb trails back to B. Is it? Yeah, they're going now.
Stewie running forward. Flash. Nicely timed, but 5-7 comes up empty. Stewie hears all these footsteps, and a little bit of smoke spam's gonna call the attention away. A near collateral. He's down on bullets though. Still 1v2 for Twists. Puts together his gun and hits the damage, but can't quite catch the kill. So FaZe will do it. From a 10-1 to a 10-5. They close with 4 rounds at the end of that half. And speaking of the end of the half, we'll be back with the second.
I think the plant was brutal. That might have made Rez's position even stronger. If you stop the plant and Navi has to spend, the extra 2 seconds, Rez opens that door, and then maybe you can continue to be a nuisance in terms of the bomb being planted or going down. So just unfortunate set of circumstances.
Seen a couple of times now, Electronic, bringing away his mind.
Do you think FaZe can come back? What do you guys think? Can FaZe come back out of this? That looked interesting, eh? Goldie's a beast. I know, I feel bad though about MIBR. He lost Gold.
For a brief moment, it seemed like FaZe were going
To be honest, my favorite team was once
to have done to them what they did to Astralis. A potential 16-1 or 16-2, but they turned it back right into the 10-5 half. Who would have seen that coming?
Not me. Who thought we would have been here?
I did.
Not me. Not us.
Not us.
Shout out to Paul Rudd. Into the pistol. Round 16 and Liquid looked sharp for the first half of the first half and then slightly fell off a little bit.
But they were laughing it off.
They were laughing it off. Yeah, no pressure on on anyone here. Just trying to kind of play good at Inferno. You can see that FaZe were taking a lot of their stuff pretty seriously. The way they were executing on A, they were super patient. It's not like they were rushing every round. I've seen that before. So now we've got a similar setup from FaZe on the pistol that we saw from Liquid earlier. With the information on Banana, rotate over to A. Standard lay of the land type stuff.
Nobody facing at all. FaZe Clan just gonna sit and wait now, getting a little curious as to what's going on in mid, and there's a chance that Nitro wide swings. Whoa, Loth. He'll fall off, because he just felt the presence of Liquid. Then, Rain, checkpoint land one. Napwide will double up on the pistol kills, thanks to the flash from Stu. Nico at least tries to equalize, but it's not perfect yet. Bomb planted.
It gets so very hectic in that moment as soon as you open that door to balcony and jump out in the pit. And that's why so many kills went crazy there. But yeah, okay, there it is. That really locks it in. Now it's just the 2 on the retake.
Do you not see him?
Bottom half of Cold's totem pole gets shut down, and they don't even know that there was somebody standing on his head actually.
Oh no, Nitro's got the knife out.
That's what it's become.
Settle down, bucko. Oh! Because you're still facing Cold Zera. But the beast is slain, Stewie. With revenge on his ex-teammate.
Wow, Cold
takes
was
Liquid
insane,
into the winner's circle for the second pistol.
Okay, alright, welcome in everybody from the other 2 games. Can we look at the scores and just get a quick update? Yeah, sure. And while I brief everybody on what happened, well, basically, FaZe Clan won the majority of the last few rounds in the first half. They looked better there. Liquid had a good time fragging the first 10 or so. And now we move into the second half. Liquid came away with a pretty easy pistol. All pop into pit control into win the round. Nitro tried the knife Cold Zera. Didn't work so well. Cold Zera got 2K and then died.
And that was that.
Round scores?
Round scores?
Yeah.
As in what?
The other rounds?
Oh, the other games. We had Astralis with a 16-3.
16-3.
Dismantling Cloud9. Which
One round away.
Makes that fourth round hurt.
You guys want me to stream the NIP match? I'll surely switch. Yeah, Fernando, even I liked MIBR.
Throw a really good flashbang.
Well, the peek from Forest is going to help. Rez obviously has to push into HUD to get into some safety. One player downstairs, so... oh my god, are you kidding me? That's unreasonable. Up the ladder, but good cover from Electronic, and they have to know. Plopsky making a bid for it right at the end as well. And it's not even the lack of utility. What a shot from Twist and a follow-up. A third kill. That is a freak show. I don't even know how to explain it.
Yeah, that is truly outrageous. I can't believe he did that. Now we're just waiting for the replay, because that was... my god.
This is the interesting one. Oh, he just popped up for Guardian. He just took Guardian's attention away when he was coming into the bomb site to find Plopsky. That's a rough scenario. Yeah, that one perhaps like a little bit of a dice roll to give Twist that shot.
Unreasonable. Smoke is... oh, Molotov, yeah, they don't even know what to do. Oh no, that was the perfect combo. Just Electro blocking them off with the Molotov, then just doing enough damage so that Electronic runs into it to go down. And now we're really not having much second half at all. Struggling with the economy, and IP are just looking way more confident back here.
See if Na'Vi can find a solution. They do have a nice 3-on-1 downstairs for the moment. Although Forrest hears a lot of information, he's going to be so tough to clear out of this position. But surely he's calling for reinforcements. That's Flamey caught out in the open. And all someone has to do is walk down this ramp to get into a position to help Forrest. Going to ignore the door opening, tapping away. He knows that Guardian's gonna come try and punish. One more at the window distracts him for just a moment. But not enough firepower to put him down. 11 to 10. NIP closing the gap quickly.
Yeah, you can see Forrest in that moment. He's not even feeling any pressure at all. Enjoying the fact that that he had the health of the range with that M4. It's 10 to 11. NIP almost making it all the way back. Not the greatest economy they're building right now on the CT side, but it can suffer a loss and they can still buy.
Only an IGL could have avoided that.
More done. Or will they just balk? Flash helps him get outwards. Rain, good for one, and Nico the exact same. But Nico's still up, so he's going to grab himself a second.
Not bad.
Unfortunately for Olaf, he's a little bit too far
Looks
away
like
to get
FaZe
into the
is
mix, so
losing it.
bomb should be planted. But the saving grace, the silver lining,
They're already
is
in
that this is
finals.
still a 3v2.
Yeah, not even sure I like the SMGs here, and they're going to pick up a couple.
Not into a 2-on-2. And
Been better guns than that of what is still in the hands of Liquid.
Yeah.
Molotov's gonna
Boys,
burn
there's a
himself
friend
off.
in the
Now the
house.
smoke meant to
Hashtag
prevent
Hirsch
anybody
in
from
the
getting into the mix
chat,
from
boys.
Pit. Here's Peak
Hashtag.
from Nitro, cut down. Mac 10, good for just another, but the bomb is planted on the left side of the site. Twist, now
Shout
has to
out to
extend
him.
all the way outwards. Cold Zero with no kit has to follow through. 5 seconds on the defuse. Go Twist, go! And he will stop this show. Liquid, keep it rolling to the 13-5.
Well, he couldn't have played it better. He actually took a small risk coming out of that smoke, facing sideways, knowing his teammate just died from Mark.
Sure enough.
But he's like, all right, this is my best chance to get these kills instead of facing on the left side. So that's a cool heads-up play that he makes, and then plays the smoke that was thrown at him to his advantage. That would have been way harder, actually, for him to win if there was no smoke there. So well done from him. Very industrious lad in twists. Always comes up with a solution. A rose in the concrete. Not that liquid or concrete. But take it away.
See if FaZe can take it away. They've finally got themselves onto the guns. An empty-handed CT side thus far. Albeit we are 3 rounds deep. That frag grenade is the one I don't like.
Yeah, me
That's
too.
the one you're talking about.
Because the high velocity frag grenades, that they seem to be more inconsistent with damage. They gotta be very precise, so like land right inside you.
Hopefully we get another example of the alternative, but here comes Nitro, just spraying corners, trying to clear, and he runs right into Nico, who has Olaf to support on the close op. Again, they lock out the play. But how about Stewie creeping through smoke, and both these CTs turn. Oh, they managed to get themselves back into this. 50 seconds.
Good straight back, yeah. Gets out of dodge, and oh my god, Stewie, the heads up play, that's enormous, and he's not gonna die. He's not even gonna die.
And it's only cold now. They have somehow gotten their way back into the mix. Elige and Stewie 2K grabbing Liquid's 14th round. It looked like Nico and Olaf had done enough.
Yeah, I mean, Olaf should have hit that shot, probably.
Sure.
For sure.
And I thought both CTs on site had their attention turned, but
They
there
did.
was somebody in
They'd
close
be
corner
so
watching that
pissed
smoke.
off.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah.
this chance to kill
Because
That
Stewie.
was Olaf. So Olaf had that. Like, that was a
FaZe
standard after plan
versus NIP.
from within the site. They were both watching each other's backs, so Olaf just dropped the easy shot. Unfortunate. Unlucky,
Astralis is
man.
pissed off
Yeah.
as well.
It's gonna happen sometimes, I guess.
And unfortunately for FaZe, they don't really have a large margin of error. They barely got wiggled.
Who'd be
Yeah,
the
now they
best
gotta buy
team in the
where they
finals,
wouldn't normally buy
according to you?
after you lose that. So they put it together, whatever they can. And Liquid probably know they're gonna buy. They're probably gonna assume something like that, so they'll play it like it's a full rifle.
Sure.
What do you guys have?
Pro setup on A site 3 on lane, so that even if Arch gets smoked, you can see over top of it. Or sorry, even if lane gets smoked, then they go Arch. It's kind of the one way to play this side of the map without needing to have someone at Arch watching the route. Kind of cool.
Liquid is dominating.
Floats cold. Take off Stewie's head. Good flashback. Blinds everyone over on Banana. Rogi can't save Cold Zero. Cannot get him out of dodge. Cannot get him out of danger. Molotov to the deep of the site. It's not going to flush out anyone. That's most certainly going to be the bomb plant, and Team Liquid's potential 15th round added to the tally. The auto shotgun turned away as quickly as it rounds the first corner. Nico hoping to trade frag here, but smoke makes it that much more difficult, and the Liege knows he has to play the edge. Olaf, just run. Try and fight another day, but not even. Team Liquid on fire as they secure 15. And now FaZe, I mean, they're feeling the pressure. If they lose this map, they're in the finals.
That's true, yes. They do have final secure. For anybody just watching, they're in a pretty good place. They had a great tournament so far.
Yeah, an awesome one. They were looking flawless.
They won't go into the finals flawless if they lose this, obviously, but yeah, 4-0. That's huge. I mean, it's never what you expect. I remember at Miami, Olaf was trying to figure out when he could leave the venue because he didn't expect to be in the finals. Sure. Before the last round, so he made like dinner plans during the finals because he thought he wasn't going to make it.
And then you just go ahead and win.
And then he won Miami, yeah. So maybe they had low expectations too.
That 12 gauge rattles off, and this is looking done and dusted. 5 versus 2. Bomb plant going down. B-site auto shotgun running for the hills. Nico hiding in the corners. If there was ever a god amongst men, this is when he'd have to come back. But he's gonna go ahead and miss his shots and fall to the final frag. Twists and Liquid securing that 16-5 victory in round 5. And we're gonna go ahead and throw this one over to the B stream. Enjoy. From the NIP defense.
There we go.
Just looking for that one early fight that they could maybe pick up out here. Patiently waiting right now, Navi. The smokes are going out for the cross, and Boomich, I think he's hoping that someone would use the fact that the smokes aren't there anymore to then, you know, come take a look. But no one's given him that choice yet.
Ooh, simple as legged. That's going to be frustrating. And Boomich, the timing, oh, he does find Lekro. He goes back and sees him out in the open. And now towards the upper bomb site, Molotovs, flashbangs coming out. Force distracted towards door, exposes him, and Boomich has 3.
He was waiting for like a good 30, maybe 35 seconds for that play from Lekro. Once he gets it, he's like, all right, open mini, open the bomb site, just everything from there on out. That's a lot of patience, but what a great reward.
Yeah, I was going to say, it pays off. Well rewarded in the end. And Plopsky just trying to make sure that the hunt doesn't begin too early into the bomb timer. But Na'Vi going to be 15-10, and they have 5 chances to close out this map.
5 chances, and for NIP, I mean, this money is going to be, or the rifles here are going to be pretty damn important. Plopsky, no chance there. And sort of failing to even save that rifle. They needed that. Twist 1 versus 1, and Simple can't even find him. So I don't know. They get to save the AWP. That's something, but not a lot to write home about for an IP right now. And it was looking good. Like they made the whole comeback. They did all the work.
Yeah.
Well, throwing it away a little bit.
Again, it's one of those things you ignore if you really are riding home, so to speak. You kind of don't say anything about this because you're already in the grand final.
People don't really write home anymore, do they?
Oh, you still write emails.
Yeah.
You write text messages.
Does that count? I guess maybe it does.
Well, I guess, you know, it probably counts to the child, not so much the parent.
Lekro already tagged up. Auto shotgun here in the hut on Rez, and Twist with the AWP. It's not a lot to get excited about here for NIP. Maybe, again, they could tie up the game and even just take that away from Na'Vi. Just the last little bit of pleasure that they might have had winning a game. They can steal it still.
They still could. Sato shotgun's in perfect position. Not swinging too wide, just holding the angle, waiting for the peak to come in. Using a smoke to try and make him believe that he's going to be deep into the bomb site. I don't think this really fakes too many people out these days. And this position could be so strong. It's obviously if they push you here, but then also what a fast flank you can't have. And oh, Boomich, he snuck right past that angle. He was quick. Force gets pegged with the smoke. Oh, what a drop from Twist, but he couldn't set his feet quick enough.
It looked like he would have had that. Forrest's Molotov should be pretty powerful. Boomich, though, he actually sees it coming and he's just moved out the way. Simple will take down Forrest. And now Plopsky and Lekro, 2 versus 4 to try and, again, extend this a little bit further. It seems, once again, absolutely impossible for NIP. Nobody having much of a say here in the second half. I mean, the comeback was looking good, and then there was just nothing left. So 16-10, and it'll be Navi to pick up the game here on Nuke. You know, it would have been so much better for them, again, if they could have had one of those victories earlier.
Yeah, I referenced it a couple times. That tie to Cloud9 is kind of, I think that was the real one that kind of tripped them up in this second day coming in to try and make it to the finals. That one was just so brutal. Obviously a second tie against Astralis. So, I mean, they came close, but obviously it's going to be disappointing that they don't make it there because from what we saw yesterday, you know, coming into today, I can't remember who asked me what I thought the grand finals would be, and I said, I was like, you know, there's a great chance FaZe versus Navi could be a final. That would be cool. FaZe versus Liquid could have been cool.
Yeah.
Obviously Liquid dropping the ball as well today. But, I mean, regardless, we have that FaZe NIP final, so, I mean, a pretty good showing from NIP. They'll take some rest, and then they'll get to it, and we're going to head down to the analyst desk.
Thanks very much. Okay, there we go. We're ready to rock and roll. Hi. And that was, of course, Jason Hernandez bringing the voice of that game. And, of course, the voice behind us is Mr. Adam Savage, keeping the Royal Arena ready and pumped to be getting into that grand final. Now we can sweep this kind of under the rug. Of course, that was Astralis Cloud9. Yep. We knew how that one was going to go down. And, well, Astralis certainly made the statement they had to, if not for anyone else, but for themselves, just showing that they wrote off yesterday, which did kind of seal their fate as the worst day they've had in their careers. Fine, as long as you back it up today, and they have done. Is that enough said?
Yeah, they made it quick and painless because that entire round right there, you can take a line from whose line is anyway, right? I've got it right here. Where are we? The points are made up and it doesn't matter. Oh yeah. You know that.
Yeah. Welcome to whose line is it anyway, where the points are made up and.
For that round 5, that's what it was. You know, every single game right there had no context on how this was going to go down, other than if you wanted to talk about the standoff. And right now, for what the viewers at home who are listening to us, they probably don't particularly care too much about the standoff. That's for the viewers here, right?
Yeah, certainly.
So this game right here, yeah, Australia's good. They've kicked it off. They've been able to show, hey, some better form. But you still have to consider the context of this event for them. It's such a big tournament for them to fall flat. That's going to haunt them. It's going to continue to haunt them.
Maniac, similar sentiment from you while you run through these highlights?
Yeah, I agree. I think after all, today was a pretty good day for Astralis. The level they've shown, beating Liquid, making it tight against Navi, then destroying Cloud9. It's all good. And I was talking with some fans, and they were telling me, yeah, we've liked what Astralis have shown today, but yesterday, one day. And this is also one of the cruelty of this format, right? We say it all the time. That first Friday, these first 2 rounds, they can decide your fate. Astralis, they went completely missing yesterday. 9 rounds won in 2 games, and they paid the price today.
Yeah, and of course, you know, in the other games, as Chad has already highlighted, in terms of the points don't matter. Just to get the housekeeping done, Team Liquid did manage to pick up the win versus FaZe Clan. However, that was a FaZe Clan with the knowledge that the grand final was already theirs. And outside of that, the same sentiment attached to the NIP result versus Navi.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird situation if you are FaZe, if you are NIP, if you know you're going to make it to the final. How do you approach this last game? Do you try everything? Do you kick back and relax a little bit? Maybe you don't show anything you have, because there might be members of the teams just looking at the games, taking notes, looking at what you're doing. There's going to be a veto coming for the grand final. That comes into play, whereas we had fixed map for these games. So I can understand, I can see why NIP and FaZe will maybe kick back a little bit for this game, because the big rendezvous is soon.
I think what an important point here is that was made from Peter from HLTV.org is about Nico in that last game, no matter what happens, him being in contention for the MVP. Now that's important for us to talk about here because he's been in really good form, and we were talking about that a lot. We were saying, you know, that he's been missing, and he has been missing. So the fact that he's back, the team is looking a million times better. They're even doing it with structure. They're not just running around, you know, playing aim map. This is good signs. Now, lightning in the bottle, could it just be this tournament, you know, small sample size, all those things. None of that matters for right now, because right now they've put themselves in the driver's seat for this grand final against the NIP, who they've already absolutely destroyed.
Certainly, and the Navi, the NIP that was destroyed isn't necessarily the NIP NIP that we've seen today, though. I mean, like, I'm looking at some of the results that they've managed to accrue, and that victory versus Liquid is still fresh in my mind. I mean, that was how they started things off. We saw, of course, Astralis falling in that same day. Some Titans were falling on the first day. You're just going to write it off?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think NIP, they are on the uprise, right? Just overall, if you consider the past few weeks, past few months, and how it has been complicated for them this year, now I feel like they're finally found something. I think Plopsky is coming into his form, is coming into his own, and that team, we could see that in the interview, Lekro is saying anyone and everyone is taking more responsibility in the mid-round calling. That is the key. They try to play this more loose, standard D type of Counter-Strike, which means there's less responsibility on the in-game leader. So I think I can see that. I think it's working. There are definitely some steps that need to be taken. I think Twist is not there quite yet. He can be a little bit hit and miss, and he needs to be consistent. We know we play in an era of Counter-Strike where the AWP is so centric, so important. You cannot have Twist playing one good game, then two bad games, then another one. So that would be a step that they need to take. But I like this NIP's phase way more than I have in the past few months.
But you say AWP-centric, and yet we've just witnessed FaZe Clan remove their primary AWPer. I mean, that's a conversation to be had for sure. I'd ideally be having it in the pre-match segment as opposed to what I suppose is a kind of supposed to be a post-match of Astralis Cloud9. I have no information as to whether or not we're supposed to be covering anything more of that. But regardless, I do want us to bite our tongues covering that grand final.
We can hold on to it for you, Alex.
I'll do my best.
Can we do some closing thoughts then on the teams who didn't make it?
Yeah, we could. We certainly can address the Cloud9 story, and we've already done that. So outside of that, Na'Vi, Liquid.
Yeah, so Na'Vi promising signs in their game against Astralis, right? Like that game was a good game. It was a better game. I think Nuke as well coming into the map pool for a lot of these teams. That's something to look towards. So where are they kind of trending? Now Na'Vi, when they came together in Malmo, I was like, wow, this is exciting. I'm really getting behind this hype train. Since then, you know, we haven't hit the heights that we were expecting with that team. There's actually been some teething issues. So here, any confidence that they can take moving forward is good. It just, I heard Christine before on the dash, so they've got all the pieces of the puzzle. They just haven't put it together properly yet.
My fear for Na'Vi is that I do accept and I do realize that what they want to do is a long-term project. You think about Blade, what he tries to bring to the lineup, and the role changes that they have. My only fear is that they might not survive that. There is going to be a frustration period. You have to go through that if you want to rebuild. It's not like you're painting your house. It's like you're rebuilding the entire foundation. You change, you switch role around. You had Simple used to be the best player in the world, changing around positions. Guardian is going to take the AWP. It's going to take time for you to be efficient. It's going to take time for you to have a map pool. How do you survive that period? Yeah. That's my fear.
It's an interesting question, and it does look like we'll be providing some of the answers. Of course, when that grand final kicks off, we'll get to see more from NIP and FaZe Clan. For now, why don't we go ahead and get over to Adam on the stage to get this standoff started.
Royal Arena, let me hear you! All right. Everyone in the arena is absolutely buzzing as we're about to find out who our number 3 team, Na'Vi, are going to face in our standoff match, the winner of which will receive a very tasty $20,000. Now, you guys in the arena have been outstanding all day long. I'm going to ask you to choose who you'd like to see Na'Vi face in our standoff match, okay? We have 3 teams, 3 choices. The more noise you make for the team you want, the better, and that is the team we're going to choose. Okay, so, this is going to be fun. If you'd like to see Na'Vi face Cloud9, let me hear you. Okay, but a 4 out of 10, okay. If you'd like to see Na'Vi take on Team Liquid, let me hear you. Lastly, if you'd like Na'Vi to take on Astralis, let me hear you. Guys, I think we can all agree it's a close call. It's a close call. Anyone could take this. Producers, people in my ear who I've never met, who would you like to see in the standoff match against Na'Vi? Cloud9, Team Liquid, or Astralis? Are you absolutely sure? Ladies and gentlemen, facing Na'Vi in our standoff match, it's Astralis! I knew you'd love it. I get the best jobs. The standoff match is going to be a 5-round match, all one-on-ones, okay? In each round, the teams are going to have a new weapon. The first player that gets 7 eliminations wins that round, and the first team that gets 27 eliminations in total wins the standoff. But if any of them get a knife elimination, they immediately win that round and add 7 kills to their score. Neither team knows the other team's lineup, so we're hoping for some very, very cheeky matchups coming your way. These decisions could be worth $20,000, so the pressure really is on. It's coming your way. First, we got to take a break, and then it's go time. We'll see you in a few.
I don't think I've had to develop a personality. I think Counter-Strike is my personality. I mean, we're being watched. I want everyone to be careful. It's Microsoft.
The amount of jaw-dropping moments that we get in each and every game, you feel something very unique inside of the arena.
You can't really imagine that a video game online can draw that kind of emotion from so many people, but it actually can.
My name is Jason Moses O'Toole.
Chad Sponge Virtual.
Christine Potter-Chi, and I'm an analyst for Counter-Strike Go.
Esports as a whole, I don't really get into the other games. I just play Counter-Strike. When people ask me what I do for fun, it's play Counter-Strike.
I think it's the most beautiful esport we have out there in terms of how the mixture of strategy that goes into it on a team scale.
Counter-Strike at face value is the easiest game to understand. It's a 5v5 game with a very easy solution of who's winning and losing, right? But it's also very nuanced, the strategy of it, the little details, and that's the bit that I like, the fact that I get to express that to a viewer at home, and if I can make them understand a little bit that gets me excited about the game, then that's my goal at the end of the day.
So my journey into this position is kind of, I guess, pretty generic. I was a Counter-Strike player for a very long time, and I kind of naturally fell into it.
I started out as a player once upon a time, a long time ago, and just kind of fell into this as a hobby, and it eventually turned into a career path.
Thank you for watching, guys. I'll be right back. Thank you so much for your support. You've been fantastic audience.
Yeah, I believe it. And this is, of course, an explanation of the rounds to go down in the Blast standoff. It will be Glaive versus Flamey. The teams, of course, able to choose.
Oh, your Device Simple Mages Electronic.
Why is Device on the Deagle?
Device versus Simple on the Deagle.
I didn't realize it was a Deagle.
And Dupree will play Guardian with the AWP. Interesting.
Okay.
All right.
Bit of spice there.
Yeah, I'm actually quite happy to see the fact that I don't know, and this might surprise you, but Glaive versus Flamey, I just think is going to be a battle of the turrets. Both of them with their CT weapon, they usually just stand still and shoot each other.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a good one.
Yeah, I think, well, obviously Magus versus Electronic as well, and the AKs, you consider how good those two are as entry fraggers. Hopefully they're going to be in each other's faces. A few style points will be on offer, obviously, in that Device versus Simple beef. Those guys, well, not beef, but, you know, you look at those two names, you're always considering them in your top 5 players in the world.
Yeah, no, definitely. And if you are brand new to the Blast series, you may not be familiar with the standoff, so why don't we go ahead and get our heads around it together.
The team coming in at number 3 in the main tournament will get to play an exclusive show match called the Blast Standoff. They will face off against one of the remaining 4th to 6th placed teams in 5 different in-game disciplines. 5 rounds, all one-on-ones. Each team choose a player to battle in each of the different rounds, and for every round, they'll have a new weapon. The weapons are M4A1, Desert Eagle, AK-47, CZ-75, and the final round is AWP. Each round is first to 7 eliminations, and when the 5 rounds are over, the team with the highest amount of eliminations wins. The standoff map has one objective for both teams: reach the highest elimination score. You spawn behind cover and quickly move to fight your opponent, using primarily aim to win. The map is symmetrically identical, making it irrelevant which side you start on. The winner takes home $20,000.
And that is the map that we're going to be going down on. Now, you saw some of the glass that Chad was talking about. I totally agree. We've had this, probably, I'd say 4 or 5 times now if I was just plucking a number out of thin air. But I do think that we still haven't seen the players give it enough attention. We can have a breakdown of the map here. You can just we'll take a walk through it together. But you notice that not only the glass above it, that's all, players got that one quickly. It's right in front of you, I get it. But there is the glass floor element of the floor below. I want to see some more high-paced fragging because there's nades down there, and I don't see people kind of prioritizing that.
Yeah, there's definitely untapped potential, I want to say, to the map, but you have to think about it. If you're a player, the 1v1, there's like a pattern in your head that is fixed. It's I'm on a map, I'm going to aim, and I'm going to try to get you. Now, you have to go and outside your comfort zone and try, as we can see, to get the box to fall onto your opponent, to get the surfing out. You have to be a bit, extravagant if you want to try it. Otherwise, it's just a 1v1.
Maybe this is why I wasn't a good player. I was too busy thinking about what other elements could I use in the game to get myself the victory. Now, that's what I want to see. I want to see a couple of trapdoor moments like that coming down, or some knife kills, right? Because the surfing can be done relatively silently.
It's a good job. It's a good job actually that Fallen isn't here, because I swear to God, last time I was casting this map, I watched a professional Counter-Strike player fail to surf about 5 times.
Here's an idea: go down the bottom, get a HE grenade, throw the HE grenade up to the glass, and blow up all of the boxes up top.
And then chances are, it's going to look cool.
Like Mousetrap.
I don't think they're going to die. How many box kills I've seen? I've probably seen like 2 or 3 in the game.
Yeah, there hasn't been many.
Yeah, man. It's probably because, you hear ridiculous amounts of gunshots. But I think it keeps someone busy while the other one's surfing. There's some elements there. But of course, if you have just joined us and are looking forward to the standoff, a reminder of the head-to-head, Astralis will be playing against Na'Vi, neither of which managed to make it towards that grand final.
Yeah, which, look, I think the biggest one here for everybody, if you've just tuned in, I don't know what you've been doing with your bloody weekend, but look, Astralis, they're not in the final. We're going to have a final between 2 unlikely teams, FaZe and NIP soon. So this is just getting you warm.
I've got some fun facts for you, actually. I'm plucking them straight off the stage.
Okay.
Did you know that Glaive is in-game leader for Astralis?
I did know that.
Glaive replaced Carrigan, who now resides in Mouseport.
I also knew that.
Here's a good one. This is for you, Matthew. At 21 years old, Magisk is the youngest player on Astralis.
I did not know that. I knew he was the youngest, didn't know he was 21.
21 years of age. Now, more fun facts for you. Phelps.
No longer...
Do we need to talk about Phelps and MIBR?
Not in attendance here, of course, but he previously played for Immortals before they acquired the MIBR brand.
And now he plays for INTZ? Or is he out of that team now?
I have no idea.
That is a good question.
I don't know. I did this thing where I wrote down all the teams in the top 30 on the plane the other day. Where is he?
That sounds like fun. So you kind of...
I didn't have any internet, Alex. I thought, how am I going to use my time?
Did you
make it out of memory?
Like a memory game?
I did it out of memory.
All right.
Did you get them all? How many did you miss?
The only one that I didn't get was PHR from Virtus Pro. I didn't know who their most recent pickup was.
Oh, wow. So you were doing the roster as well.
I actually should add this here.
That's a real challenge.
Yeah.
You were giving yourself
and I was doing coaches.
Brain workout.
Yeah.
Do you ever do a brain workout, Matthew? I keep getting this targeted ad on my phone, constantly forcing me to install this app that's like, oh, it's like the gym for your mind.
I try and do that. I try to do, recently I've picked up on practicing the foreign languages I know, because I think it's a shame that at some point in your life you can't speak a language and you forget about it, you ignore it, and then you become not that efficient. So I've picked up on practicing. I have this app. I do 10 to 15 minutes a day. German, Spanish.
Is this Duolingo?
Yeah, it is. I didn't know if I could actually mention it.
Oh, I have no idea. Probably not.
I don't know if there's a language sponsor of
I don't think so. I think it's safe. But have you got to the point where you're buying cool clothes for your Duolingo owl?
No, I do not do that yet. I've went to the plus version, right?
What a loser.
I haven't really equipped my owl or whatever it is.
I just get really passive-aggressive emails from them where they go like, we're going to stop sending these because clearly it's not working. I'm like, dude, come on.
By the way, you haven't done it for 5 days now. Also, oh no, come on.
That's the worst
Don't give up on me.
Guilting me is the worst way to do it.
Yeah, passive-aggressive language learning. I'd rather they go, hey, you haven't been doing great. If they stroke my hair a little bit, maybe light a candle.
If for the German stuff, all they taught me was how to flirt, that would have been perfect.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they were trying to teach me about fruit and
have you got the your stars are no, your eyes are like stars?
Yeah, Deine Augen sind wie Sterne.
That's always a good one.
Sounds super sexy.
It does when it comes out of your mouth anyway. I don't know if it comes the German accent. It's an acquired taste.
Yeah, it's
the
hard to
Marmite.
make it romantic. I think the German is okay. The Swiss German is absolutely.
Oh, is it really? Like farmer German?
That Swiss German would be Hochigachle. That is a word.
It's a bit Dutch, actually. You've got a Dutch.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't sound ideal.
It doesn't. No, not at all. But I'll tell you what is ideal is the fact that if you have only just joined the stream, you haven't missed the grand final. Over the course of 2 days, we are going to be crowning a champion, and of course, the conclusion is separated only by the standoff. Astralis, their journey here was laboured and unable to make the finals. It's going to be FAZE versus NIP. And until then, I guess we'll continue to twiddle our thumbs.
Well, here's a fun thing.
Yeah.
So Astralis and Liquid, who aren't in the grand final, are in Bahrain. NIP and FAZE, who are in the grand final, are also in Bahrain.
Yeah. That's something.
Yeah, I thought I'd just...
Because we're going to see that head-to-head. We're going to see that head-to-head for sure.
Another fun fact, last time NIP was in the grand final, I believe it was Copenhagen 2018. Wow. And you had Rez, you had Lekro, and you had a third one that I'm forgetting about, Forest, obviously.
Yeah,
that's three. They went down 0-2 against Navi.
Indeed.
Here, we saw that happening. Now that's another opportunity for them. Obviously, their first final in 2019. And that's also, you know, a fight of the new blood. You have Plopsky versus Broki, two people that we maybe didn't know 6 months ago.
Why are you talking about the game that's not...
Yeah, you're right.
You're right.
Okay.
He's not going to be with us.
He's allowed to. You're allowed.
I'll take his point and I'll
we'll
use them later.
regurgitate. Sorry.
Stolen opinion.
I'm just desperately trying to somehow stay on topic of a 1v1.
All right, hold up. We can do this.
10 minutes.
We can do this.
So they're going to be shooting each other with weapons. The M4A1 was changed at some point, right? You got more magazine, and people still aren't really willing to use it. I guess the wasn't enough. Not
Cold Zero got an ace with it against someone on Inferno.
Yeah,
that happened.
Yeah, that did happen.
Crazy idea about the standoff. Why don't we make it a 2 versus 2? That would be tactical. Can you imagine with the box
the
and
utility
everything?
as well. There's a
Someone is using the utility. Someone is baiting a little bit. Then the nades comes in. Glasses fall down.
It might play a little bit slower. That might be one of the qualms. Do you used to play 2v2s like back in the day, like just online for fun?
Yes, definitely.
Definitely, and it does sound like as great as this has been, gentlemen, we do have to jump to a break because when we come back, the standoff kicks off here in Copenhagen.
I have no idea. It's such a weird thing because I didn't imagine I get to do this, and then suddenly when I started doing it full time, it was all quite sudden. I'm almost in the moment at the moment, I'm not even thinking about the future. I keep emphasizing I'm a nice person, which might mean I'm not.
Everyone, I'm stood here with Twister, the coach from Ents, and I've got Little from Fords. And what I've just discovered is these two used to play together in 1.6. Do you think you can beat these guys today?
Who?
Oh, well, there you have it. It's going to be a fiery one, so let's head back to the desk. Thank you so much. You made my job so easy. Thank you. Good luck, guys. Thank you.
No.
We'll head it back to the desk. I said send. It's fine.
Sometimes it will be I've had a week to prepare and I've got my notes. Sometimes I actually need to refresh. So I'm always looking at interviews and just trying to find out what the players have been saying, because sometimes that's quite useful to kind of call back to when I'm doing interviews. Standings, I'll look at their map pools and things like that. So it's general prep and also catching up with the talent when they land, because one of the best things about Blast is the talent you get to work with are just so much fun, and it's always such a pleasure to see them. So, for example, like I'm always looking forward to seeing Foster.
I'm really bad at this.
Original video in the video description, and we have to respectful for that video, original video. So let's begin and let's enjoy.
नीचे बैठ क्या बोल रहा हूँ नीचे बैठ क्या बोल रही थी अब बोल कुछ नहीं बोल रही कुछ बोला था? सी कुछ बोल रही थी? नहीं, गलती से बोल गलती से ना? कान पकड़ लो। कान पकड़ लो। सॉरी। हाँ। गलती हो गई? गलती हो गई। जानती नहीं थी आपको? जानती नहीं। अब जान गए ना? हाँ। नहीं डाल दूंगा, समझ आ रही है? दुकान जो चल रही है ना घर तक, समझ गई? अंदर जाएगी ना, अंदर खत्म है सब कुछ एक में ही, वैसे ही कुछ खाती ना है, समझ गई? जो बिजनेस कर रहा हूँ ना ऐसे नहीं कर रहा, समझ गई? बहुत पहुंचे और ये ऐसे नहीं लेके घूम रहा पब्लिक प्लेस में।
फिर ठीक है, हो गया तो जा, बोल दिया, सॉरी।
माफ कर। फिर नीचे आंख नीचे पकड़। हाँ तो दोस्तों, मैं करण तुम्हारा भैजी और वापस आ गया एक नई वीडियो के साथ। तो दोस्तों, आप लोगों ने कहा था फेक गन प्रैंक लेकर आओ, तो तुम्हारा भाई लेके आ गया तुम लोगों की डिमांड पे फेक गन प्रैंक। कुछ न्यू करा है, रिएक्शन एकदम कड़क क्या है, जाके देखो, फाड़ दिए फाड़। रिएक्शन आए गजब के। वीडियो को लाइक कर देना, शेयर करना।
Well then, we have all the disciplines to go through here. Starts off with M4, then we have CZ, we have Eagles, we have the Orb coming through.
Oh, there's the
AK.
boxes.
The boxes can be shot down, he can use this weapon. It's best to shoot them above the ramps themselves. The boxes above them roll down the ramp, but it's better to find the bullets in the head. Glaive, he'll be finding yet another one up against Flamey here with the M4s. Like we said, Device won't be playing, so that's going to be interesting now. Debris is surely going to be using the Orbs going forward there.
You'd have to imagine they shuffle around the weapons. Oh, that is risky.
Yeah, you don't want to like.
Yeah, he's just testing it. Doesn't want to go for the surf. You can kind of glide all the way around the map as well. A new angle, a new approach vector. But a 3-1 lead for Astralis. And oh, that's a box.
It got him.
He's dropped off the map. He's been hit with the box. He's having a very bad time.
Yeah, it's not the way you want it to go down ideally. You'd rather be down to the one-on-one duels, but you've got to be aware of them. There's the box got it. So like I said, the ones above the ramp, they're the most deadly ones. It's the common angle to hole, but Glaive, he does strike back. It's a big frag to find as we go 4-2 here, Jason. Now, who would you have, like in a matchup? It's a proper one-on-one in CS. Flamey versus Glaive. Who have you got in that one? Who do you think's got stronger aim?
Ooh, well, Flamey, in terms of raw aim, is a bit of a monster. When you start adding the tricks and the movement, I feel like Glaive's got a decent edge. He's a wild player to watch.
He's the more well-rounded player, I guess, overall. But yeah, I'd say mechanically, Flamey just bests him. We'll see what happens here, though. It's going to be another close-range encounter. Glaive delivering the goods once again. He only died to boxes and cratering so far.
I know, I was going to say, Glaive is phenomenal if he's not getting hit with boxes and falling off the map.
Yeah.
You should try to avoid those two things.
Oh, he's going for a surf there. Brave.
It's risky.
Lovely movement.
He's pulled it off. That's gorgeous. Oh, and he misses the shot. It was all going so well.
He hasn't stuck the landing, or maybe he has. It's going to be Glaive to get yet another exploiting the mechanics of the map there. It's the surf coming through, Jason. You love to see that. I know you're a bit of a surf fan yourself.
Yeah.
Hanging 10.
Hanging 10, out on the waves, the big waves.
We'll see if this is where Glaive can really start to sink his teeth into this. I assume first half. Maybe it's first to 10, that sounds about right.
Yeah, that sounds something like that. Well, here we go. Glaive is still battling at range. And like we said, he's done great in these battles out in the open. This one is a little bit of a sticky situation. But Glaive, he's still alive in it. Flamey down to 33. An even matchup down the stretch in this round, but no one committing to a fight.
It's first to 7, Jason. I have confirmed that we know exactly what's happening now. So Glaive just needs one more frag.
I was going to say 7.
I can see it. You were about to, but I cut you off, didn't I? There's Guardian, not looking particularly ready for this one potentially. And this is Glaive, a match point essentially. If he gets the kill, ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise for Glaive. If he does pull it off, there's a still chance of Flame to bring it back to 6-6, I guess would be... Oh, that's it.
A box.
There it is, it's the first round going to Glaive.
Ends it in style.
He does.
A taste of his own medicine.
Boy is a bitter. There it is, Glaive. Proudly represents Astralis and indeed Denmark here.
And it's the boss man. It's Zonic getting ready. Smiles on all the faces.
Yeah, make some noise for Zonic!
We got him.
Let's go! This is it. What weapon do you think he's going to use, Jason? Call it.
This has got to be the CZ. I think you throw him on the CZ.
No way. AK.
AK?
I think so. The old master.
Oh dear.
Oh no!
Dear.
The Undertaker.
Okay.
This is a matchup we've never seen before.
It will be the op. They have to sub him in for the AWP. This is no fun. It's not fair.
I can't do this, Jason.
It's an unreasonable thing to do to somebody.
They've left him against Simple. They've thrown him to the wolves. Alex, the coach, not known to be an author.
Not known in any way to be an author.
Up against the world's best player in pretty much every facet of the game. He's going to need everything you've got out here, guys. Every kill Zonic gets, need to blow the roof off this joint.
The sound of his name in the arena. As he's just getting his final preparations in.
Yeah, I think it's
small. Yeah, no,
It wasn't ready for this.
He's like, listen, can I have an extra 30 seconds? Give me something. A little bit of a handicap would be great.
Not my mouse or keyboard, or indeed Steam profile, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's all devices stuff.
All right, so we assume he's using the.
How many do you think he's gonna get? How many kills? How many give it up?
7.
So,
He's gonna have to use the boxes.
I think
the surfing, the boxes, every trick.
I think you just go for the knife if you're Zonic.
Yeah, there is a caveat to all this. If you get the knife, all bets are off.
Yep, it's all over.
Quite anticlimactic, to be honest with you. That'll just be the end of it.
Only if it happens early on.
But Simple's the knife master.
That's a good point. And if you're going up against Zonic, are you trying to knife him?
Yeah. Yeah, that's not fair.
Ooh, there's a lot of scary things.
And with the orbs as well, you're scoped in. You're nervous, you're just holding an angle. Simple could be anywhere.
This is going to be spicy. And look at how confident. He's like an evil villain at the moment. Look at that smile. Look at that smirk.
All right, Zonic.
Oh,
it's Eagles. Okay.
Right.
Okay, Zonic,
there's
the Eagle King. Way back in the day. Oh, Simple. I thought that was Zonic to get it. It felt good. It sounded like a Zonic headshot.
It's a rough start, but he's just shaking off some rust. This will get better as we go on.
Right. Here we go then. Simple, probably up there the best with this particular weapon. Zonic probably
with all of them, really.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem here. Simple. He'll be happy to do this. You cast Simple in a 1v1 tournament recently, right? The Omen Challenge.
Yes, and there's Sonic.
There it is.
Number 1 on the board. All right, now it's on. All the pressure on Simple, of course. We haven't touched on that. He's got all of it on him.
Oh, you can see those boxes being deployed.
Oh, no.
Zonic, no, not like this. No, get back, get back. Get back, no.
Get away.
No, not like this.
Oh, dear.
No, he can't get back up, Jason.
Oh,
he can't find it. It's getting, it's, he survived. He avoids the humiliation of the crater, but he goes into a headshot. It's Zonic 2-1.
It doesn't make any sense.
How has he done that? He almost falls off the ledge, but he pulls it off. This is unbelievable.
And the box almost taking Simple out here.
He's sweating at this point. Simple doesn't know what's happening. It's going down. This could be one of the most historic upsets of all time, Jason.
This is absolutely spectacular.
I've never seen anything like it.
Coming in out of nowhere, subbing in, and he's shocking the world.
This is what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. Counter-Strike in its purest form, the 1 versus 1 Angel, and Zonic is thriving in this environment, looking for another kill, damage inflicted. One more bullet will do it. Can he get another frag here? It'll be absolutely unbelievable. If he pulls this one off, it'll be a 4-1 lead.
You have to imagine Simple's just getting more and more pissed off. He's almost got him down.
One more.
Simple, a little bit afraid now as he backs off, and somehow Zonic is avoiding all damage.
Oh! There it is. Simple will pull one back.
Shake it off.
But remember, all the scores, every kill accumulates to the grand total, right, Jason? So
yes.
Every time he is actually finding frags in Zonic, he's doing his team a service. It's not all just a 1-0 conclusion at the end.
Well, another chance. An off angle. He's not going to mess with the surf ramps any longer. Simple out in the open. He's found it. Patient with the shots.
Well then.
Nervous energy in the arena.
Yeah, you can feel the hype starting to die down now. Maybe it was a flash in the pan. What happened? He bounced. He got it. We'll take him.
A little bit of cheese. They all count.
Does Simple even know he's up against Zonic right now? It says device when he's killing him.
Maybe
right?
nobody told him.
I don't think they know.
He certainly has to know. Makes it all the more embarrassing. Zonic looking for that shot wide angle, and Simple's gonna punish him again. Either way, this is admirable.
It's a great showing. I mean, like, Device would probably be in a similar position right now. So he's doing everything he can. The boxes come through. Nothing connecting just yet. Simple will answer back with a little bit of a box drop himself. Now, I want to see Zonic avoid those ramps, Jason. I don't want to see any more surfing action.
Nowhere close to it. Absolutely not. He's gonna, maybe a little bit scared of that drop. And he's still.
Oh no, it's Device! Or Zonic, I should say. It goes down.
Simple just spams the row of boxes above him. Yeah, this is where you get like that evil Simple starting to build into it.
Yeah, you're right.
He's enough. He's had enough.
Final few rounds here. We've had the M4 so far, Glade coming out on top. Simple looking to close things here with the Desert Eagle. Clinical shot there. He's surgical with that Desert Eagle, Jason.
Yeah, he really is. There's no mistake you can make. It's all right, though. Another chance here. 6-4 in the favor of Simple, but Zonic, if he can just add one more onto it, all these points count towards the total. As you mentioned earlier, it's just 2 rounds spread against these 2 teams. And Zonic getting a reposition, other side of the map. They haven't spotted each other quite yet. They know the general idea.
Oh, this
Zonic is hunting.
He wants it. Oh, that was his opportunity. Simple now is toying with him. Wants to close this one out! But it's Sonic to get yet another headshot there. Bringing it closer and closer, Jason. He's holding his nerve. This man just won't crack.
Yeah, he's not phased whatsoever. Box is again gonna have no effect. Device.
Oh, watch out for that box.
Oh yeah, he's just gonna knock it down. He doesn't want to deal with it, but Simple's gotten so close. Sonic has no idea. He's aware that he can't do it. But that isn't admirable. Give it up for Sonic.
Yeah,
what a last moment.
Oh, the booze. Anything but the booze.
Yeah.
A confusing message there.
Oh, it's cruel.
A great entertaining map there of the Desert Eagles. So we've had the M4s now, the D Eagles have come through. That means we've got the CZ, the AWP, and the AK remaining. It's Major's boy stepping up. I would say he's an AK man.
Yeah, he's coming off the bench. He's been warming up. We've been seeing him doing some jumping jacks back there behind the team.
I would say it's Dupree on the orb. I would say CZ, Zipex, and then you've got AK-47 for this man right here. Major's boy stepping in.
Who do you think for Na'Vi? Electronic?
I think Electronic. That would
have to be Electronic.
You know what he did on Dust 2 with the AK?
Yeah, he was filthy.
Yeah, that would make the most sense. There he is, one of the scariest man with the rifles. Managed to get 38 kills on that Dust 2 game.
Yeah, that was freakish. That was pretty nasty. Well, Zonic did everything he could to keep it close, and he did exactly that. It couldn't have gotten any closer.
There's the AK-47. This will be one hell of a game, ladies and gentlemen. Na'Vi currently trailing 12-10. As you mentioned, it doesn't matter who wins the map. It's just about who gets the most frags in total. Electronic with nice spray control across the map there. The AK, this is one thing. I don't think we go for so many boxes here. Well, apparently we will. I think like this bit of a straight up headshot considering the range and accuracy of this weapon. And Majors, he'll answer back. Great shot.
Listen, both of these guys have precision. They just like to tap away. This is going to be a tense battle. It's going to go all the way. 13-11 in the favor of Astralis, and Vegas not even wanting to deal with those. Leaving it up to AIM. Sending the message out, and there he spots him a little bit late, but he's not dead yet. Tapping away, Electronic to find it.
Okay, this one's starting to warm up now. Astralis, unable to make it to the grand final, but trying to show themselves off in towards this standoff position.
Heading off into the sunset.
Exactly, one last hurrah. We'll see what can be done. Major's boy spot him, and at this stage, look at the full damage. Look at the headshots there, Electronic. He'll get the answer back. It's 3-1.
Listen, you're saying Major's boy. I know. He's definitely a man now.
Major's man?
He's been through it all. Major's man.
Okay, well, that's what we'll call him.
Electronic up on top, out in the open. Little bit of pride in a play like that. A little bit of cockiness.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see if Electronic can maintain his lead at this point. 3-2, first to 7, bear in mind. It's 14-13 overall, but Electronic will tie it up. 14-14 now. Quick rounds, these ones, Jason. The AK is always going to be fast-paced.
You have to like it. They're brawling. They're looking for those battles. No one's trying to do anything tricky with the map itself. And again, the AK-47 out in the open. Electronic's got another. So close, but so far away from Aegis.
Thank you so much for subscribing, guys.
We will do our best, that's for sure, as we get into round number 8 here. And again, before I can even finish the sentence, it is done. It's the AK-47.
Electronic's really built up into this one. He's starting to get untouchable. He's catching fire.
Yeah, one more round for Electronic will do it. That'll be the 3rd round over, leaving the CZ and AWP remaining. And there it is, Majors. Well, Majors, I should say. We'll put everyone back. Got that on the mind, it seems. And there we go.
Not going down without a fight.
He's a perfect game now, Jason.
Ooh, he's got another.
That's not bad.
He's coming back.
Every frag is important.
Look at this steely-eyed focus. Another one for Magisk in the cards, perhaps. Looking for the angle. Electronic inching closer to it. The 2 boxes onto the ramps. Magisk, oh, he just spotted it late. Or he heard the shot. He heard the bullet. One tap doesn't connect, and he's willing to try this. This headshot angle, he'll challenge it.
Oh, now you can see the nerves coming through. Who will strike first? It's going to be Electronic. He'll close things out here with the AK-47. It's still right down the middle though, Jason. Not clear as to which team is going to prevail here. Now Zonic's already had his showing. Yeah. And the fact it's so close, they've got through the hardest hurdle, right? He just had to get a few kills against Simple. He probably got...
He got 6. He was 6-7. Yeah, 6-7.
Was it really?
It was about as close as you could possibly get.
I think that's about the scoreline Device would have got, to be fair, so...
No, we should just, I mean, you obviously give him the moral victory, right?
Yeah. Well, here he comes. CZ, almost certainly Dupree, known as the secondary order for Astralis. That would all make sense. And I'm sure we'll be right into the action.
Ooh, Zip, I'm excited for this one. This will be up against Boomich. Lord Boomich taking his throne with the CZ. Electronic forgetting to leave the server as well. A small blunder there, you don't like to see that. A little bit of a delay.
Yeah, it's not ideal, but you can see them having a tactical timeout right now, just discussing the approach here from ZipX. What will he be doing? Where's the headset going? On his head, presumably, but
yeah, you have to imagine the headset's going to go on his head.
Yeah. Here he comes, Boomich. Deadly with the CZ. But this will be a lot more fun.
Yeah, but this is like a clutch every single round.
Yes, exactly. That's true. Yeah, you're right. But this is where it won't be long-range duels here. They have to try and close the gap, get close range, get dirty, and see who will come out on top. Here we go.
This is where the knife can come into play as well. You have to watch it with the ammunition.
Look at him go!
That is a classy little serve, and he's gone right behind him, tapping away at range, and that's one magazine used.
Yeah, remember, you only get limited bullets in the CZ, especially at range as well. You need to be very careful and precise. Only 8 left, and it won't matter. It's going to be Boomich to open things up there. 1-0. Nice serve from ZipX, but unable to deliver the goods.
He had his chance. He had the shot he wanted. He fluffed it a little bit.
Yeah, it's not known for its range, CZ.
Round 2. Remember, there is utility on those boxes as well. We haven't seen that come into play quite yet.
Yeah, I guess with this weapon, that would make the most sense, right? Like, you want to be able to chip away at them, and we'll see Boomich now closing the gap. We said this would be like a clutch situation, and it's living up to expectations here. There's a flashback available, but Boomich once again gets the headshot, 2-0, as they started to take bit of a lead now, Navi, for the first time.
He made it look casual as well. He's making it look easy. Boomich, and his first standoff. Oh, a little bit of shots whizzing past. And Boomich out in the open takes heavy damage. He's down low. Zip just needs one more bullet to connect. Just waiting for that peak. Boomich now coming up, and Zip's got him. First round on the board for Astralis in the CZ round.
Yeah, that's something. It was looking a little bit troublesome overall, but finally, Boomich is silenced, and we'll see how close the game come through. The box is deployed. And the thing is with the CZ, you can't really afford to shoot all the boxes because you're very limited on ammo.
You better be sure that that box is going to land somewhere. And Zip out in the open. He's running low. 5 bullets left.
Damn, my internet sucks.
Has to go for the reload. And Boomich closing the gap, slowly but surely.
Looking for the drop. Haven't seen that utility just yet. Boomich on the ramp now. Close range. This is where the CZ thrives, but who will have the better aim here? Boomich running out of bullets as well. You can see he's got one more clip remaining. And this is going to be it for ZipX. Lovely work. He ties things up at 2-2.
There's the clutch factor. That's the clutch ability. Boxing Boomich into a corner. No options left.
Yeah, you're dead on. Good stuff. Overall, 19-18. ZipX gets one more kill. He'll close the gap. He's done decent work there at range. It will be all draws here. Boomich starting to slow down. ZipX with 3 in a row.
3-2, but all tied up in the general score. 19-19 between the two teams. And Zip again at the long range. Ooh, there we go. There's the utility. Trying to blow the boxes up. He's going to drop one down. That is a thing of beauty.
Get him out of here. The grenade.
Send him home.
That's that 200 IQ there. Just thriving in this environment. See whether he can keep going. 4 rounds in a row. Take the bullet to the face. Boomich will shut him down eventually.
I think Zip was flustered at how well he did with the grenade. He was like, oh, I didn't think that would work.
What a unique approach that was. As we said, he didn't have the ammo in the CZ to really justify shooting all the boxes down with a nade or just bring every single one down with him. So then, first to 7. 20-20 overall here. Couldn't be closer if we tried. That's how we like it.
The late surf. Boomich has no idea. He spotted it at the last second, and Zip once again has the exact play he wants, tapping away slowly. And there it is. There's the headshot. It's delivered 5-3.
Remember, Jason, $20,000 on the line here. It's a big deal. Oh, ZipX still Shannon, we saw Zonic struggle with this serve. Seems to be no problem. Oh my God, look at him go.
A little bit of a cheeky smile on his face.
Yeah, really showing us what he's made of there.
He just surfed from the long route, the scenic route. Oh!
Gotta be careful of those.
Sidestepping the box.
Incoming objects from all over the place. And now Zipex has got the lead, 21-20 overall. It's 2-2 all rounds here to justify a victory with the CZs. But Boomich will pull one back, 5-4. Closing the gap now.
He's just laughing. He's having a good time. Zip gonna go for that peak. Oh, he had an opportunity. Boomich was well overextended. And he's so nervous about the serve. He's seen it all, and he's gonna tap away. Another kill for Boomich here.
See how this one concludes, Jason. It's been the closest one yet. Back and forth action. Boomich makes his way through. Up high. Zipex plays passively. Just wants him to get closer and closer.
There he goes again. Just style points.
This goes all the way around.
Just a relocation. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, no way. No way he does it.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Now you're just showing off. Ooh!
Look at him go. He has no idea where he's repositioned to. If he loses now, it'll be all for nothing, but of course he nails it. He's just starting on him, Jason. He's making him look foolish out there.
The scores come in from the judges. It's 10-10 across the board.
He stuck the landing. It's a perfect finish. And we're going surfing once again.
Oh, no!
Not like this!
You have to admire it. They tried to match him.
You don't love to see it.
Coach Blade doesn't look happy. He's making a mental note. Put him in the surf maps.
When you get home, you're doing 2 hours of surf maps. But here we go. The moment you've all been waiting for. One of the most iconic snipers of CS history. It's Guardian up against Dupree. This is for all the marbles, Jason.
Dupree has some legendary moments of his own in this building itself.
You're right. We'll see what happens here. Oh, that's a stone cold killer right there.
Jesus.
He is honed in. $20,000 on the line here. Dupree has to take down the final boss. It will be 23-22, so he has a 1-0 advantage essentially going into this one, Jason. Is it enough, though?
Is it enough? That's the question. Right to the face. Dupree starts things off well. And not only does Guardian have to win, he's got to win by like 2.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good point. Or knife him.
Dupree has a sense. He's heard something. He spots the top of the head surely there. Guardian still has no idea. Ooh, the jump shot. That almost landed. Guardian was almost punished. The flick over isn't there either. But he's got the final one as he steps on top of the ramp.
Guardian pulls one back. 1-1 we go, but that still gives Dupree a 1-0 lead. 24-23. Astralis looking to get an extra $20,000 here if possible. Dupree might get him over the finish line here. Guardian can't even believe it.
No, he can't.
He doesn't even know where that shot came from. Now, will we see the same surfing antics here, Jason? Will Dupree give it a go?
I don't think so. Dupree doesn't strike me as much of a surf man. Ooh, but he's taken one there. He might want to try it at some point. Guardian's got an accurate shot.
He has. That's for sure.
Blave giving some advice, maybe like some tactics.
There we go. Box is coming into play now. Back and forth we go. Oh, that could work. That could work.
I think Guardian heard the shot. He knew it was coming. He backed out. Now Guardian's got the high ground as Dupree drops onto the ramp. Oh, a shot to the thigh, right through the ramp itself.
Yeah, it's not quite enough though. No pistols here. You've only got the AWP and the knife, so leg shots do essentially nothing for you. Boxes now being brought into play time and time again, but it's Dupree. A great shot. Completely erupts the skull of Guardian there, and we're going to be going into the next round. This is very close indeed. We haven't had many quick kills off the get-go. He's a bit more passive at the start, but Dupree now gives him quite the lead, Jason. 26-24.
I think Guardian has to win out if they want to win clean. He's got to win everything from here on out. He's got to get up to 7. 27-24,
I beg your pardon. So yeah, he needs to pretty much win every single round now.
Yeah, this is tough. No mistakes allowed for Guardian. Oh, and the spam almost connects, just a little bit off. I don't think Guardian spotted him on the cross, but Dupree certainly knows the relocation.
Guardian What's he going for here? Nice awareness, drops down. Gonna be close range here, goes... Oh, what a play! Shoots the box down, the distraction comes through.
Dupree never had any idea he dropped down. Lost track of him.
Yeah, that's great stuff.
Guardian again, as freeze time comes to a close, takes the shot. Dupree's on the other ramp.
Well then, Guardian has to win out pretty much perfectly at this stage. With the box kills once again, really is trying to utilize that. Difficult with the AWP to make that work.
Ooh, Dupree's close up. Guardian, he senses something. Oh, but this is a lurk of all lurks, right beneath him.
Oh, he misses it!
Guardian, he's got no idea! No idea! And Dupree's got him on the follow-up.
And he manages to get the HE grenade as well. Now, will he throw the HE in towards the spawn position, Jason?
He's gonna pull a zip.
Here we go. Get ready for this one. All the boxes are gonna start coming down here. Watch out, Guardian. Well, no surfing action just yet. But Dupree, he might have done enough here already.
I believe so. Dupree close up. He's gotten into the killing range. Again, right beneath him. He knows Guardian has struggled with the verticality.
Yeah, it's a confusing prospect here. Multiple layers and Guardian. He'll be tagged down to 36. Remember, doesn't have a pistol, doesn't mean too much here. So Dupree looking to close things out if he can. It's this shot that should decide things. Guardian, he can't land it. His little boy above both teams. It's going to be Dupree that takes it. I think we've done enough. They know it.
The crowd knows it. Navi knows it.
And at this point, it's just a formality, Jason.
Yes. It's just the encore for Dupree. Almost getting that final one. The crowd wants blood. Here is the shot. Oh, an arrow miss.
Let's go, Dupree. Not quite yet. He's denied glory, for now at least. He wants the satisfaction of that final kill, Jace. He doesn't want to let Guardian win and then take the victory in that way. It's not an honorable victory.
We all want the
There it is.
Lord, he's tossed him up into the air. Dupree shakes it off. No sweat for Astralis in the blast standoff.
They may not be in the grand final, but they did put up a hell of a showing today. They take home an extra $20,000 after taking down Navi there in the blast standoff. A great game, fantastic work.
We can't forget, give it up for Zonic. Zonic the man stepping in for Device. An admirable performance against the world's best player. And it's beautiful scenes here.
Yeah, you do love to see it.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Copenhagen standoff winners, Astralis! Give them a huge round of applause! What an entertaining standoff. It's never been so close. And here come your home team. One more time, Astralis! Come this way, fellas, come this way, come this way. Tuck in, tuck in. My goodness gracious me. First things first, what an entertaining standoff, but who knew that what the world really wanted to see was Simple versus Sonic?
I mean, it's a perfect comeback for him because he's getting really bad, actually. You know, Sonic, you know. So he always tells us he's so good, so now he had the chance and he did better than me, so I don't know.
I mean, this could be his moment to get back into the professional game.
Yeah, I mean, he can take over for me, so maybe we can win.
Let's talk about the weekend. Obviously, a bad start yesterday, and sad that it hasn't culminated in the final today. But how do you feel the entire tournament here in Copenhagen went? Highs and lows. Where did it go right and wrong for you guys?
I mean, it's amazing that we can gather so many people in an arena and cheering for us, so yeah.
I think by the looks of everyone rocking the Astralis goodies right here, so much love in the room. It must be such a welcoming feeling to have such a great year and then come back here, the penultimate blast event of the year in Copenhagen. It must be really special for you guys.
I mean, this is definitely a place that we always love to play in, and it's our favorite place to play. So it's amazing, and I'm just really sad we couldn't play better yesterday and make it into the final and show some good CS like we did today.
Well, I'm going to give you the microphone now, and I'm going to let you share with the fans a few words, and I'll present you with a check in the end. But what would you like to say to the wonderful fans watching at home and here in the arena? You get English and Danish, up to you. We're international.
Okay, first of all, I'm not sure if this has been live streamed, but I'm gonna do it in English. We are so fucking proud of all of you guys. You have been giving us an amazing adventure here. I'm so happy. Jeg kan godt sige fra os alle sammen, vi er så glade. Vores familie har været her, vores venner har været her, vores kærester har været her. Det har været en sindssyg oplevelse at se jer alle sammen. En fyldt pakket Royal Arena. I har givet den max gas. Vi er ked af, at vi ikke kunne komme i finalen, men vi er så glade for, at I alle sammen kom. Og jeg håber, vi ser jer alle sammen igen. Det var mega spændende at spille foran jer.
Simpel, mand. Det fandme er simpel, mand. Nej. Tusind tak, fordi I alle sammen kom. Som Lukas siger, altså, der er ikke nogen tvivl om, at Astralis har det bedste fans i verden. Jeg har støttet, når det går ikke så godt, og jeg har støttet, når det går godt. Den er der hver gang. Og vi så det i Berlin, vi så det i London, og vi ser det her i Royal Arena. Igen ked af, at vi ikke kunne give det, men vi arbejder så hårdt. Og den skal sgu nok komme på et eller andet tidspunkt. Så lad os bare tage det i Odense igen, ikke?
Free? You share it in English, is that okay?
English?
Yeah.
So I was told to do this in English because there's probably also foreign spectators here, so this is going to be in English. I just want to give a huge shout out to everyone coming here in Danish or whatever country you're from. It's been amazing to see the support for Counter-Strike, but not only for Danish CS and the support from my team Astralis. We are forever grateful, and I hope to see you again next year.
Vores partnere, tak til vores sponsorer. Uden dem ville det her ikke være muligt. Tak til alle sammen. Tak fordi I kom.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Oh, do you want to go ahead, Dave?
I just want to say it has been amazing to have you here, but you should probably stay and watch the final. It's going to be an amazing game, right?
One more time. Would you please give it up for your Blast Pro Series standoff winners? It's Astralis! We have seen it all, but there is still a grand final coming your way. We must take a quick break, but when we're back, we're going to see it all. It's going to be enormous. FaZe Clan, NIP, we're back in just a few with the pick and bats.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll be right back. Hey, Antonis Grisman. Glad to have you here.
Welcome back to Copenhagen's Royal Arena. It is red. It is time. It is time. Welcome back to the arena. We have a grand final coming your way. We're excited. Two teams battling it out. But in order for us to get ready for this final, it's only fitting that it's time to go gold. For FaZe Clan and NIP! Okay, I'm joined by the two teams right here. Gentlemen, it's that big important part of the process here, the Blast Pro Series for our picks and bans. Before we do that, Janko, coming to you first. It's been an incredible time here in Copenhagen for you guys. I think it's been 4 out of 5 victories. How are the team feeling right now? Has everything gone to plan?
Yeah, I think the team is feeling great, obviously. We had some good results to kick things off, lost one game, but we made it to the final, and that was the most important thing for us.
Now, you've been in this position before, obviously taking home Miami's championship earlier this year. Does that give you a good amount of confidence going into this as well, having been in that position before? And of course, you're against very valiant opposition here. How are you feeling in the team?
Blaze is back.
Yeah, certainly. Coming to you guys as well. And it's been a great tournament here in Copenhagen for you guys as well. Obviously, you're the Swedish, you're the Scandinavian vibe is here. I think there's a lot of fans of NIP in the audience as well, right? Yeah? Peter, how's it feeling for you right now, the guys?
It's good. It's been good for us the last weeks. We have had some good results, also some bad ones, but it's a good feeling in the team, and we have fun playing together.
Absolutely, you can see that as well when you guys play. You can see there's a lot of happiness when you guys are competing together as well. What's this crowd been like for you guys as well? Has it given you that buzz, that kind of kick on to really deliver here in Copenhagen, going up against these guys in the final as well?
Yeah, I mean this arena, we were here last year. It was crazy. This year is the same. I think Copenhagen and this arena is maybe the best in the world.
You heard it right there, guys. The best in the world. Okay. It's time for the pick and bans part of the show, where we have to pick 3 maps for our final, our best of 3. As FaZe Clan topped the table, you guys get to choose whether or not you'd like to start the pick and ban process, or you'd like to pass it over for NIP to start. Janko, what would you like to do? Would you like to start or pass it to the Ninjas?
We're gonna pass it over to NIP.
Okay, all right. So, Ninjas, I need you to begin this process by banning the first map. Which map would you like to ban?
We banned the worst map, Vertigo.
There is no Vertigo! Not many people that surprised, to be honest. Okay, no Vertigo. Janko, which map would you and Nico like to ban?
We are going to remove overpass.
Overpass is gone! Now it's time for Ninjas to decide which map you would like to pick as our very first map. What would you like it to be?
We're gonna, in honor of Astralis, we pick Nuke.
We're going to Nuke! First map is Nuke, chosen by Ninjas. It's time to choose a map for FaZe Clan. Yanko, what would you like to choose as our second map of this best of 3?
It went really well the first time, so we're gonna go for Dust 2 again.
Dust 2 is your second map. We have Nuke and we have Dust 2, but we do need a third map just in case. So, coming to you guys, what map would you like to ban next?
Ban Train.
Train is gone. Train is gone. So we come to you guys. What map would you like to pick as the third map of this final?
The third map will be Inferno.
Inferno is our third map. Make some noise! Okay, we have our 3 maps. Our final is going to kick off very shortly. Would you please, one more time, give it up for your Copenhagen Blast Pro Series finalists, FaZe Clan and Ninjas in Pyjamas! There it is. This is it. It's time to head backstage, guys, and get yourselves comfortable. We're bringing you the grand final very, very shortly.
Yes, the grand final is just moments away. Veto's confirmed, and Chad, the third one had you all confused. I believe his words were, what?
Yeah.
How was that? Did I do all right?
Yeah, that was a decent impression right there. I thought that they would take it to Mirage, right? It's normally a home map for FaZe, something that they obviously have had a lot of success on in the past, maybe not recently. Yeah. I thought that Inferno game, that how they played against Liquid, now we can take that with a grain of salt because that was a dead rubber matchup. Maybe they didn't put too much emphasis on that one right there, but I thought, maybe they'd go to the safety of something like a Mirage. But
well, I mean, their last 2 Infernos was a 16-14 versus Cloud9, as well as that result that, of course, you just mentioned versus Liquid. So bit of an interesting one. I did love Peter's face, though, as Yanko said. Well, it went so well the first time. Dust 2, of course, we've seen them head-to-head earlier in the tournament as a 16-3 victory, Jacob. That was quite the stomping.
That was quite the stomping. I'm not too surprised about Inferno, though. I think it's a common ground for both teams, right? And for FaZe, if I'm not mistaken, that was the map they beat Astralis on 16-2, right? So there's a lot of confidence within that lineup playing on Inferno right now.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. In fact, 2 of these maps in the pool, we've seen FaZe pick up a 16-3 and a 16-2. So
it's pretty impressive, isn't it?
They have had somewhat of a run in towards this grand final. In fact, not even a run, a sprint. These guys make it look so quick. And I think one team so far has managed to push FaZe Clan to double digits, and that was Cloud9 in their of all the teams in attendance, who of course actually really themselves struggle to find double digits normally.
Yeah, I think with this video stage here, looking at these 2 teams going head to head and all the things that we just talked about, putting them all together, knowing that NIP can play good heads-up Counter-Strike. I don't think Dust 2 will go the same way they did the first time round. I don't expect them to blow them out of the water the same way that FaZe just did before. We saw NIP go up against teams in the past during the Pro League, and they were just able to beat opponents with ease. So I'm curious to see right now how this Nuke game's going to go down. Both teams have really had to work this into their map pool in recent times. I like some of the stuff that we were seeing out of the guys from FaZe earlier in the tournament. So I think Nuke is a real chance for FaZe to set them up for a 2-0.
Yeah, it does sound like we've got lots of time before we get into this grand final, so we can, of course, observe. If you're interested to know what's going on behind us right now, I believe t-shirts are being distributed. There's some dancing involved.
How do you dance?
Where was my invite?
Can you dance?
I've got a couple of moves, a couple of go-to moves.
Yeah? You got a sprinkler?
Somewhat of like a kind of a jazzy box step until I'm really comfortable, and then I'll start, swinging some knees a little bit. Maybe I'll start throwing in some Fortnite dance moves to get the.
What about the Danes? How do the Danes dance?
Do the Danes even dance?
We dance, but we need some other stuff in order to get going.
Social lubrication. Social lubrication. Yep.
Yeah. Music is the lubrication of life, and we are blasting it here at Blast Pro Series Copenhagen. I haven't got my hands on a free t-shirt. I kind of feel like
you got one of those fleecy.
I do like the fleece, actually.
Yeah.
You have upgraded since, though, and I think we should all take a moment to appreciate that Chad is wearing a suit jacket. It's a rare opportunity, and he always looks so damn good in it. He doesn't believe it, but Chad rocking it. And that guy was requesting a Forrest and Pitta kiss cam. Now, quite a strange little fantasy.
Why? They're teammates.
Strange fantasy he's created.
Yeah, interesting one.
Yeah, sure. You had a hug cam before.
Astralis. Well, they're leaving, so probably most of the band.
To the hotel.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, that works. That's
did you see Device's tweet?
What's up?
So Device wasn't playing in the standoff because he's have some form of a jaw pain or infection, maybe something to do with a wisdom tooth.
Oh, damn.
That's why he wasn't playing in the standoff, and Zonic was standing in.
Hey man, I'm not complaining. If anything, that was a gift.
Yeah.
Instead of a curse. Just getting to see Zonic versus Simple. If you missed it, definitely worth checking out the standoff just to see that opening battle of Deagles between Zonic and Simple. Now that siren going off doesn't actually mean anything.
Get out!
Don't panic. Yeah, it scares me every time. Good grief. Anyway, we have got to go to the grand final, and it would be foolish not to use the time that we have available to us to provide all of the necessary insight into how this one could go down. Now, their path, I've written it down just so we can quickly digest it. From FaZe Clan, victories versus Cloud9, NIP, Na'Vi, Astralis. They took every obstacle other than, of course, the last one versus Liquid, where we didn't even necessarily need that. We do have an opportunity to actually present it in the graphics. You can see their routes here, and you can see just how quick it was for FaZe Clan. 4 wins and the 1 loss. Now, the Ninjas in Pajamas, Jacob, why don't you walk us through their run?
I mean, beating Cloud9 16-6 starting off, that was what we expected, right? But the second win against Astralis 16-7 on a map like Overpass, I don't think any of us could have expected it. I think Astralis yesterday, as they said themselves, they weren't playing their own game. They weren't really there. It was an off day, but NIP made it hard for them. NIP played well. They lost to FaZe Clan, though. That's the interesting one, right? Because now they're facing them again. Dust 2, 16-3. That was a blowout. It wasn't even a close game. It was for the 16-11 win against Team Liquid. I mean, it was all right.
It certainly was. And I mean, what's so interesting about the Dust 2 result is that NIP just last week were making quite a statement on their own Dust 2 with a similar result versus EG. They picked up a 16-4 win. I mean, it seems like with the volatility in Counter-Strike continues, Chaddy.
Yeah, well, that was the heads-up Counter-Strike I was trying to reference before, but my brain wasn't actually clawing onto it quite correctly. I think I ended up in a whole different tournament. But now we're back on track, and yeah, the EG games is the heads-up CS that I was trying to allude to with the NIP roster. If you're just going to run at them, they know how to headshot, you know? When you actually have some nuance in your strategy and you force them to move around the map, go to those protocols, go to those bits and pieces that come over time with CS, that's where the NIP roster are going to struggle a little bit. One thing I wanted to point out from that graphic, though, was FaZe beat Na'Vi 16-9 on Nuke.
Yeah.
Well, NIP lost 16-10 to Na'Vi on Nuke, and NIP still picked Nuke into FaZe. So you're seeing what? Counter-Strike maths.
Yeah, Counter-Strike maths is one of those maths which unfortunately isn't grounded in reality.
Yeah, but how does gravity work?
Gravity works, I believe, in that, and correct me if I'm wrong.
But why?
Why?
Yeah.
Because of the force of the fact that we're a ball of Earth.
But now how?
Well, I mean, I don't have the technical...
And there it is, because we don't know how gravity works.
Is that right?
Yep.
Well, we got scientific very quickly. Chad's explaining that because of the Counter-Strike maths, Nuke's going to go the way of
FaZe. It's going to be a 2-0. It's going to be nice and quick. Yanko and the boys are going to lift the trophy.
Because of gravity.
Yanko's going to eat the sandwich. It's going to be great.
Because of gravity.
All because of gravity.
I love it. One of my favorite parts of Flash Pro Series, and it's actually the veto process, because you're so often just swept under the rug. You don't ever get to see the interactions, but it happens every single time. The same process over there, right?
Yep.
Like coach, maybe even an additional player, and that conversation. And I was intrigued to see that there was additional conversation as well once the initial bans and the map picks
I'm just so happy we don't have existence up there. Back in the days, it used to take him like 3 or 4 minutes every single time he had to either pick or remove a map, right?
Really?
Yeah, long process up there. I like to see it as well, though, but the teams have a clear idea of what they want to go towards, right? So I'm curious to see how this final is going to pan out. You seem pretty convinced that we face none of these two teams have had consistent results as of lately.
Sure.
So what tells us that NIP can't beat FaZe 2-0? Could it be FaZe 2-0, right?
Yeah, you're bang on there. This could definitely go either way, right? I think both teams yesterday performed well and truly above expectation.
Yeah.
FaZe carried through with that today. You know, in the majority of their games. If you take away the Cloud9 result, being a close one, if you take away the fact that they had nothing to lose or nothing to gain against that Liquid game, the rest of their matches, pretty good, especially when you look at like a 16-9 victory against Na'Vi on Nuke, a map that is neither really in the wheelhouse of both teams, or at least it's becoming.
Right, and that's something I wanted to explore. So our first map, the fact that this is a map that you've made it clear in your analysis, Chad, that you believe that FaZe Clan is starting to lean quite heavily towards it. Where are the signs? Where did you start piecing this one together?
Well, I don't want to play Vertigo, so I guess
the answer.
Well, yeah, I guess you have to start picking it up as well, though, right? But I think this map is coming into it's well and truly established now within the map pool as something which teams are playing and being able to not necessarily just have to do smoke walls and force rotations in that regard. We're seeing a lot more differences now where teams are just doing. Maniac pointed it out earlier in the tournament. The smoke wall coming out from FaZe Clan and how it's the smokes are kind of what's the word I'm looking for here? They're thrown at different times to allow them to disperse at different times. So they're using those smokes to make their way across into warehouse, and then when they dissipate, they're able to take different jewels that maybe wouldn't be possible. I call them the aim map smokes, you know, where they're smoking across to the bottom of windows, they're doing a top ladder smoke, they smoke off warehouse, giving them a chance to go, yeah, you want to fight me, and yeah, that's cool. That's what FaZe want to do. Let's take some aim jewels.
I think that's a good point, and I think Nuke as a map right now is way more dynamic on the T side than it used to be.
Right.
We always try to paint a picture of Nuke being the map that is heavily CT sided. It's super tough to break in on the T side, but as we've seen in this tournament so far, it's very dynamic to play that T side. You can fizzle with those smoke spots. You can do them late, you can do them early, you can do them as an aim map sort of style where you can sort of like rely on your heavy individuals with the rifles, with the aim, all to make it work. I think Nuke right now is one of the most interesting maps in terms of it's changing the meta. It used to be a heavily CT-sided map, but I could easily see this one be a T-sided map going into the final as well.
Damn, I mean, that is quite the statement, and it has been quite the shift.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of contributing factors, but still, it does seem like the map itself is still changing. I mean, the way you're phrasing it, there has been a movement this year alone on how Nuke is played.
I guess you could thank ENCE. Like, let's be honest. I think ENCE beating Astralis gave teams the confidence to actually start playing and picking it. Now, it was probably already in the pipeline that this map was having to be factored into earlier with the Vertigo change, with all those different shifts coming in, so teams knew they had to start prioritizing it.
Sure.
But when that's all happened, they've had to go different approaches. It's not just copy what Astralis were doing, it's coming with different ways of going about it.
Absolutely.
And let's just not forget NIP, right? We go back to Malmo, then we go forward to Pro League, then we look at them at Star Series. Well, their Nuke has grown a lot in that time. When we go back to Malmo, sure, they beat Fnatic on it, but then they lost to somebody else on it where they had massive gaps in their smokes. It was just looking disjointed.
Yeah, and of course, we do have an opportunity to mention, of course, the Strafe Esports app. You guys have been casting your vote. It's the fan vote, of course. This is no crazy odds. This is simply where you guys watching at home believed it was going to go. Of course, those of you watching that have the Strafe Esports app installed on your phone, 78% of them expecting FaZe to take this one. And I mean, if you take a look at recent form, and then you add on top of that the fact that we haven't seen NIP beat FaZe Clan since March of this year, there is definitely a lot leaning towards FaZe Clan. Is that a similar sentiment to the guys here on the desk?
I would say so. I think FaZe Clan is one of the most scary teams you have within the circuit when they feel confident, right? I think you as well. This is a confidence builder for FaZe Clan. It's best of one scenarios. They've already won 4 of those. The last one they did lose didn't mean anything whatsoever anyway. So right now they're coming into grand final full of confidence. And when you have players like Olaf Meister, Rain, and all those guys on a team gathered up with Cold Zero and Nico, then if you have surrounding that lineup with confidence and just a little bit of structure for Ryan K, then you have everything you need in order to beat NIP, who right now is one of the most inconsistent teams, but still a team that plays well at occasions.
Yeah, and we haven't seen FaZe lifting a trophy, never mind a Blast trophy, of course that was since Miami, I believe. Outside of that, some podium finishes and a lot of early group stage exits. I mean, this has not been a great year for FaZe Clan.
No, you have to think about this. Adren was there, Neo was there, then they're changing things around. Could they get Cold Zero? Did they have enough money? Who's Brokey? Let's talk about him for a second. He's in a grand final right now. He's a rookie. He's Plopsky as well. You have to think about these names we're about to have going in here, because the storyline, we normally kind of, in these situations, glimpse over this, because we're seeing so many youngsters come through now. But once again, opportunity for the youngsters to kind of continue to make names for themselves. Brokey seems to be fitting in very well. You saw an interview with Yanko. I had the chance to talk to him at dinner the other night as well, saying that the pairing of Cold Zero and Brokey, it's intentional. He wants him to be, he says Cold Zero's the type of guy who likes to work a lot with his teammates on the side, so it's going to force a lot out of Brokey, make him grow very quickly. I think we're seeing those signs in the early stages.
Or is it perhaps, and I think in the way that Yanko phrased it in his interview with HLTV as well, he was suggesting that, he's not forcing it, but there is certainly an ideal outcome where you have a Cold Zero Taco type relationship whereby it is certainly he will be the bridesmaid to the bride. admittedly, but he'll be supporting
an idea of how they want to play, right? They're approaching it in the right way in terms of having some structure within the lineup. Looking at FaZe Clan, yes, it's been a bad year for them. They haven't really produced any results. There's been no consistency whatsoever, but they haven't really tried to build up a structure either with that lineup. Now that they're finally doing that, now they feel they have the different playmakers in order to do so, I start to believe that FaZe Clan could be a good team. The one big reliability they still have is the fact that Nico is the in-game leader. Good they can be.
If we sign a bit of that up to the amount of, I don't want to say downtime, but maybe the amount of time that FaZe have had now with this roster actually being together, being able to work on being certain in the players. Like here, they picked Brokey, they scouted him, they wanted him, right? So you have to think about this. They were definitely happy with Nico, they were definitely happy with Rain, definitely happy with Olaf. Bringing in Cold Zero does a lot, but then bringing in this kid, it doesn't feel like they have somebody, oh, let's plug a gap with, you know, a veteran player and see if that fills the hole that we need. That hasn't gone that way, right? This is something, this feels like a new project.
I like the way you say project.
Yeah, but project.
Yeah, as opposed to project.
Oh, I don't know. It's just Australian, man.
No, it sounds good. It's like Cache, project. I like the way in which you say it, and I like the way in which it's time for us to, of course, take a little bit of a break. Now, we do have a grand final coming up. Nico, you can see, of course, the front runner to be picking up that Omen MVP. There's no doubt in my mind after some of his earlier performances, some 1.7 ratings to get this party started. FaZe Clan. We'll see if they can lift the birthday cake and that gorgeous golden trophy when we return. And we jump into our first map.
Copenhagen, but as you all know by now, the Blast Pro Series is very special, okay? Every single map in our grand final, we really like to hype and get some energy involved, okay? So we're gonna try something brand new here, guys. We're gonna try something brand new. I know you're gonna do this, okay? So can I ask every single person in the arena right now to take their phone out and get their camera light on? Can you do that for me? Oh, look, you guys are amazing. Right, let's get every single camera light on. Okay, right. Wow, this is stunning. Okay, right. What we're gonna do is this. I'm gonna ask everyone to put their phone light to their chest so it's ready to rock and roll. So everyone put it to your chest like this. So you can't see the lights, it's complete darkness. Complete darkness, okay? What we're gonna try and do is we're gonna try and do an arena-sized Mexican wave of camera phone lights, okay? All the way around, okay? So make sure, start this off with, everyone put their phone to their their chests so you can't see the lights. Keep the light, yeah, complete pitch black. Pitch black, pitch black, okay? Right, this is gonna be good. Everybody put your lights away, okay? And what I'll do is I'll start pointing here, and then hold your camera light up for 5 seconds while I'm pointing in your direction, and then put it away after 5 seconds. We get this amazing array of light all the way around the stadium to here. We get to this side here, let's go absolutely crazy, okay? Right, let's start in this area here, okay, so, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let me see those lights all the way around, let's go, 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 oh, make some noise, oh, that looked amazing, oh my goodness gracious me, one more time, make some noise for your 2 finalists, FaZe Clan and Ninjas in Pajamas! Map 1 is Nuke, let's do this thing baby, woo! I cannot wait, here we go. It's a big round of applause! Thank you guys, enjoy the final, here we go.
And so this is it, Copenhagen. We've got one more match for you guys. You most certainly deserve it. And of course, Nip and FaZe ready to lock horns. This is a good matchup, seeing as FaZe got that 16-3 Dust 2 win this morning.
Yep.
It's Nip looking for revenge, and it starts on Nuke.
Yeah, no, it is going to be a really good match. I think there's some more lopsided finals that we could have had. So as long as we have Nip and FaZe fans in the crowd, I think this could be really interesting. And now we have a crowd that can kind of pick and choose between the two.
Yeah.
And not cheer so hard against the other. We're going to have a rematch. Well, we're going to have another Nuke best of 1. We've had a few so far at this tournament.
A lot of maps.
They've all been pretty interesting. FaZe Clan, we're a mixed bag on Nuke. I think that maybe Dust 2 is more of a gimme because we know that they stomped NIP earlier today on it.
Yes.
We casted that match. But on Nuke yesterday, I had my own questions. I think there's a chance that this goes 3 maps. But what do you guys think? Does NIP have this? That's not bad.
What about FaZe?
Oh, it's even a little bit louder. I did not know that
all
right.
right.
The case. Okay, all right. I'm interested. I think we see a 3rd map, personally.
I would like to see a 3rd map, because if we do, we fall on Inferno. And everybody knows that Inferno is the best decider there is.
The absolute best decider map in the pool.
Although I do think a lot of the pressure falls here onto Nuke. I think that Nuke has to be the performance from Nip, because once we move on to Dust 2, in my mind, there's no way they bring it back from what we saw earlier today. You know, Nip are looking for that 3rd map win. FaZe are looking to squash them in 2.
Yeah, no, best. They had immaculate first days. The 2-0 start really good into this day as well. NIP had a bit of a harder draw on this day, so I'm not surprised that they started losing their matches. But even with that in mind, we know Dust 2 is a simple enough map. I expect it to be closer. On Nuke, with the holes that we saw in FaZe Clan, they had some trouble staying together. There were rounds where they lost because they ran out of time. There were rounds that they lost because they couldn't hold a post plant. I think they're going to be victim to some of those cases again today. I don't see why they'd be free from that. They're not going to suddenly have fixed all of their problems after just 1 day's time, considering they're playing all these games back to back. So I think there's a lot of hope here for NIP fans in the arena.
One of their biggest problems too was going to be just Nico. Nico's individual lights out performance on Dust was way too much to handle. Nobody on the side of Nip were even able to manage him, you know? He was running free with Brokey by his side, Cold up there too. Just all way too much, but we're getting into the knife round. Gonna get decided.
Yeah, it's good to see Brokey back in form as well.
Yep.
That was a big question mark. Right when he joined the team, he had a really good first start. And then after that, he had a couple of tournaments. It just wasn't looking so hot for him. Here at Blast, he looks like he's hitting the shots that he was hired to hit. He's maybe shaking off the land jitters a little bit more, and that's obvious. You know, you're not going to win this game with 4 players.
Sure.
And FaZe need more than just fraggers as well. They just also need him to put up at least 15 to 20 kill mark. And to be a team, as Yanko was talking about, with Cold Zera, to have them work as partners in some of these rounds. And that's going to be fun, really interesting to see how they play together in sites or how they play together on T-side.
And you'd think to take somebody as legendary status as Cold Zera and to take somebody as fresh-faced, a real grainy in the ranks, Brokey and him, to create that synergy, will it take time? You'd think. And yet, we've seen promising aspects of it so far here in Copenhagen. But the knife round's done, the group stage is done, and this finals is about to get started.
I am impressed that we've got 80-90% of the people retained here. I mean, I wouldn't have been surprised if people decided to leave after Astralis got eliminated, but I think it goes to show that Copenhagen is a really cool, impartial city to have Counter-Strike events, and I hope that we see a lot more, because basically everybody I know has good things to say about this place. We really love you, Copenhagen. Thank you for staying here for the finals.
Quick little talk over here. Nip, come on now. They're nervous, Launders.
Yeah, they're
trying to buy time.
Yeah, no, I mean, in terms of strategy, they have a lot to discuss. I think Lecro has kind of lacked on the calls in some of the on some of the Dust 2 rounds. Sure. In specific, when we looked at like their A setups, there was some stuff that's like, this is classic fundamental Dust 2. You should be doing this right every time. They had some trouble with it, and I wonder if that's just because of kind of like brain fogginess when it came to making decisions.
And talking about Lecro too, he came out in an interview and mentioned that they're actually trying to work away from him having to call so consistently at the beginning of rounds and having to call in the mid rounds as well. And he wants the rest of the team to step up in their individuals, in their decision makings and whatnot, so that it doesn't necessarily hinge as entirely on him. I didn't like what I saw when maybe that freedom was given to some of the players on Dust 2. And it could be Dust 2 specific, right? We're not expecting them to be masters of all classes just yet.
Are you talking about Twist pushed off on
I was
Dust 2?
definitely talking about Twist, yeah. Or just those long setups in general. All those A players, I think we have to put them under a microscope once we get back onto Dust 2. But
a little magnoscope?
Little magnetizes.
Get a good view of it, yeah. Okay, cool. Players in their seats. Everyone's got the right angles to their mice and mouse pads are lined up perfectly. Rulers are out. Olaf's got his glasses on. I think those are just for show. I'm pretty sure he can see just fine.
Yeah, it's all about the look. Nip sat back down. I like to see it.
Yeah. Okay. Helicopter headsets have landed.
Preemptive apparel, seeing as this place may still get loud. Like you said, we put that Danish pride in the back pocket, and now we cheer for Counter-Strike.
For the T side for NIP, I really hope to see a lot of outside abuse. I really hope to see that they use the smokes outside, whether it's the pistol round, the second round, or the third round, even if they lose, that they keep using that and variations of it to help assist them with all of their future rounds, because I think one thing that we learned from Astralis is that if you abuse outside properly, then technically it can be a part of every single round, even if you never use it. And I think that's really important, and it's at the cost of 2 or 3 smokes around sometimes, but it can cause a lot of confusion as to where you're going. And when you do want to go outside, well, then your options kind of just multiply from there as well. You can go ahead and wrap Heaven, you can take the back of Hell, you can always threaten these inside players who are not going to be in a position to peek you after that. So I think that's definitely the one thing that's on my mind, at the forefront of my mind, is that on the T side for both these teams, there's just so much outside control, because it feels like that's definitely the best way to play Nuke. 10 seconds as we get started. Is that a BK helmet? Crown?
Looks like it, yeah.
Not so much a helmet. That would be weird. I'm the one with the helmet. I've got the bleach.
His head's not that protected.
Yeah.
Ooh, a little tech issue at the last second, so. Yeah, that's right, bud.
Yeah, slurp it up.
Put her back. Black Rose tech issues being sorted. Admin's on it.
Yeah, it's a sound issue. On the hierarchy of issues, sound issue is probably the least
bottom of the ladder,
least difficult to deal with. So
not a problem at all.
Be an issue.
If anything, it's just, it's them giving chance for everybody to get back into their seats. I see beverages have been attained.
Yeah.
Everybody needed a little breather after all 5 rounds of Counter-Strike. That standoff match we had all sorts of wonky, wild rides. Zonic surfing nearly to his death.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing. Yeah, he really gave the IGL on Na'Vi a run for his money. That was pretty cool to see him come back after. Okay, so my favorite clip of all time, casting and round, was that when Joe Miller casted the Zonic 1v5 on Dust 2 in the B site, that people can look up on YouTube. I recommend everyone go watch that. It was just a fantastic round to watch, and that was a good way to show you how good Zonic was at the 1.6. He was an absolute monster, and I think it's also really good that you have that guy at the helm of your team.
Yeah, sure enough. Takes it back a bit. I was kind of shocked with how on point he still looked.
Yeah.
And not even on his own peripherals.
Yeah.
Sat down.
That's true, yeah. On device.
Basically was device.
Not even his Steam name was changed. Who knows what kind of config device is running. hopefully not too long before we get started. To give you guys an idea of how crazy it gets in Copenhagen with Counter-Strike, the last year we came here, there's a mall across the street called Fields.
Yep.
There were cardboard cutouts of all of the Astralis players in the mall, and then there were Nocco ads inside of the convenience stores with all of the Astralis players as well. We went there, pretty much everybody knew who Counter-Strike was. We all got recognized, and oh my god, the atmosphere in here has really changed because, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting into the action. Make some noise!
An IP to the T side of their map choice. Already going to be pressuring over towards ramp. Brokey to be tested. After all that wait, they waste no time further. Straight down ramp they'll go. Met by a smoke. Plopsky resides inside it. Rez, he's the first one to get knocked down. In fact, Brokey's going to pick him up too. 4v3. Bombs on site. The rest of FaZe on the retake, but they've already swung open decon door, so Nico knows, and now the bomb is his, delivered at his feet. Oh, however, Forrest knows his way around a pistol, but can't even get through the doorway. Rain pops and FaZe Clan take that opening CT pistol.
That's a wicked round, and it starts with Brocky, right? He's sitting there on the lower site, kind of out in the open. Now that, if we called back to the Na'Vi match where they played against them, they went for the same take. They went down the ramp, but the difference was that Simple was able to get into the lower site behind Brocky, not even give him a chance to shoot. So here's what the round looks like if your teammates are protecting you from any kind of flank, and you can leave him in a position to frag, because that's the spot he trained for, not to turn around and fight control and fight and try to break apart a crossfire, but instead to just focus on ramp, and he did a great job from that perspective.
Wrecked him so hard. Twist has given up. No, this is a mic issue. Also at the bottom of the rung of ladders. Bottom rung of the ladder.
Bottom rung of the ladders, yeah. A small issue for sure. Okay. So not too much data on the rounds on the map so far. All we know is that FaZe Clan have the pistol. We did see that FaZe Clan the last time also, I think they lost both pistols on Nuke.
And won them back in the force fight.
I think so, yeah. That's right. Comfortable either way. Old Zero looking absolutely dieseled.
Fully focused. Gum being mauled. He's taking up the twist.
Yeah, it's a bit of a frustrating one we see, okay. But we've got our best guys on it.
Creme de la creme. Yeah. This gives us a chance, Copenhagen. Do you guys remember what we practiced? You guys remember the divide we made down the center with the who's and the ha's? I think it's time to try that back. Can you guys do that for me? Let's try to keep this finals energy rolling. So to the right, the who. To the left, the ha. Ready? Who. Ha. Who. Ha. Who. Come on. I hear you in the rafters. It's the guys up top, I think, that are giving us the best show.
They're the ones making all the noise. Yeah.
There it is, down here, I heard you.
I needed that.
Yeah, that one was for me, thank you. Put my confidence right back in place.
Okay, headset back on. Everybody relax.
Everybody ready? Players seem so.
Okay, we are live again, yes. As we count down into the start of the round, getting hyped up for what's gonna be a very fast and easy anti-eco, right, Connor?
Hopefully, you'd think. I want to see these Glocks be ripped apart, Launders. Get us into the gun rounds. Give us what we want. Mind you, damage can always be done, but not a single penny spent on this one.
Fast cross outside. No nades to assist, just pistols, and there doesn't seem to be any kills that come of this. Ninjas go for the full save, not spending a single dime. Every single dollar they spend comes out of grenades for the next round, so sometimes people will buy pistols, hope to get kills. They trade that $300 risk of losing a smoke for trying to knock down $3,000 or $4,000. And sometimes that's too big of a risk to even consider. Why bother doing it? Why not just skip to round 3, and then from round 3, you've actually also got a round where they're gonna hold on to majority SB6 to work.
Walking right into this one. Curious to see what kind of pace Nip want to set early. First gun round on the table. Already smokes being lined up outside. Nico's gonna very rapidly tuck his way into secret stairs. But remember, he is one of those SMG players. He's not working with the M4 like Rain, who instead hopes to stay in the bottom of the silo. but he's not being given anything to work with. Plopsky starts to gain vision. Wall of smokes is up, slight gap, and nothing's been spotted. So suddenly Rain, he realizes there's a threat near close, and sure enough, Plopsky's the first one round. Taken down, but traded efficiently. Here comes Nico, up from stairs, unchecked by Lekro, in fact. So we find ourselves 2v2, but compare these rifles to the MP9s, and you'd think NIP are looking at their first round. Still, bomb outdoors, hit the dirt, and a minute on the clock.
Yeah, one would expect. Camping on these spots is a smart idea. They want to sit and wait, see if the CTs get uncomfortable. They've got more angles to worry about than the Ts do. It's again the Ts that get to dictate the pace of these interactions. Rez not going to be in an unlikely spot. That's exactly where you see him, and he does actually get the kill on Coldzera. This is pretty enormous. Rocky now 1v2. He's going to see the bomb in just a couple of seconds, and that's going to leave some question marks in his mind, but he'll also potentially get flanked. Spray comes out, and it seems like a little bit of miscommunication or just a lack thereof. I don't know exactly how he isn't dead yet, but it seems like there's still hope, and they're still searching for him, but eventually Lekro will find him. NIP pull up the smokes nice and early. They go for the cross, well, they pretend to go for the cross and instead ramp into Mini, and Rain goes 1 for 1, which just doesn't work well enough. And then ultimately in the late, that mid-round situation, it was Rez with a really heads-up play, the good awareness to catch that kill on Coldzera, and that kind of brought it home.
Really seemed like Lekro towards the end had the audio cue on Brokey, but maybe expecting him to be on Mini side, peeks at his teammate, and they think to themselves, where's he gone off to? Made for a scarier situation, because at first with Brokey making all that noise, he seemed done for. A little bit of aggression outside, already met by the flash. Yet the wall of smokes could let them pass. It's Rez to open up. Rain taken early.
It's a small cost, and Plopsky has already made so much ground. He sits now in lower, versus 4. Good guns, mind you, but even him just being here is just such a thorn in the side for the CTs. They've got to figure out how to deal with him. How do they approach the situation? If you are the CTs, hope they make a mistake and push something upstairs. Probably not going to happen. Plopsky on the flip side is expecting the same thing. So it becomes kind of a stalemate, but the options are so much more wide for NIP.
Still so kerneled inside of lobby. Nobody shows face, nobody challenges outdoor. There's a chance for the two-man cohort to pressure on the B site. Lekro and Plopsky shoulder to shoulder, trying to make moves, trying to gather some information and hopefully cut down the numbers. And then at that point, the remaining 3 NIP players will make their move.
Yeah,
windows broken, sound cues given way.
Not a lot of rotations. We look at the mini-map, we can see there's only 1 T and lower, that's it. They're actually trying to go upstairs, but none of the CTs have moved, really. Drops up here to do a ton of damage. Coldzera also gets taken out in the process. Force and Twist coming away with their 2 frags is the biggest and most key point of the round. Olafmeister now left alone with just the AWP, and he's only looking for exits. So Connor, when they worked, they spent all that time working downstairs. FaZe didn't budge. They stayed watching upper. They had enough people there. They had enough manpower, but they ended up just losing the duels. So honestly, it's a confidence shaker if you're NIP and you walk into a site like that, because you were working so hard to pull those rotations.
Yep.
If you aren't rewarded, we think, well, next round, that's probably not going to work. So we strategically need to do something more. But what's most impressive is that even though NIP's had all those threats outside, the cross smokes, the safe escort into lower for Plopsky, that FaZe stayed patient. It's like, how much more can they do to try to get rotations? You know, there's not much more. They put a lot of pressure. They threw volleys downstairs, everything.
Broke out those windows, came in from different directions. This was it. That was a clean one. Rain, yeah, shrug it off. Horus taking the site as well.
And one thing I was critical of was with FaZe, it just felt like they couldn't make decisions sometimes when they were on the T side. Sure. But here it seems like they're being very decisive, or just being calm, which is also really, really important. So we've already got an early timeout called. Now, the worst thing that can happen with timeouts is that they don't get used. That's a huge waste. So it's good you see a team that's really thinking about how they want to play every single round. Because obviously the game's end quick, 30-40 minutes, you move on to the next map, and you have a list of regrets. You don't want one of those to be that you didn't take time to pause and rethink what the strategy is. So Olafmeister with the op, I think, is the pain point. They want to know, like, how can we best use him and how can we best support him without breaking the bank? In the last map with Astralis on Nuke, They had a device saved in op. They bought a couple of guns behind it, not total buy, but they had enough that 3 people didn't have a lot of money left over, but then they still had a really solid round that protected the op.
Sure enough. Put the structure around it. Make it easiest for him to succeed. You know that pressure falls on Olaf. If you're gonna rob the lead back from Nip, it's gonna have to be off that op, but Plopsky wastes no time already parading downstairs, clearing, hopping, and hoping that nobody's here to catch him. But the entirety of FaZe Clan still up on this A site, so Plopsky no longer alone. He's gonna have his teammates come down. He was just that first initial expedition party, the scout, so to say.
Yeah, I think they just need someone at the bottom of the elevator in the vent just to catch people dropping, and then from there just watch the back of Secret and you're good.
Fortunately for FaZe, they'll push forward through lobby, find absolutely nothing. But if the worst case scenario is that you move that AWP into the next round anyways, then so be it. But that one op is actually the gun that's been dropped. Rez was sticking around slightly. He's got a player above him. And if Rez gets cleared, then they will recuperate the op and still take it into the 6th round. But this is most certainly Ninjas taking 3.
I know many players that would have stuck around to fight that battle.
Yeah,
Many
Rez
that would
not
have
one.
died to the op and given it up. So really, really good by Rez to just be really disciplined in this situation, not give up any free guns. Yeah, now it's just kind of this hunt. They're playing cat and mouse with these CTs outside. Are they fully aware of the existence of the AWP is the question? Doesn't matter. That guy gets killed.
Ooh, this Mac 10 making so much money. 4 kills to the SMGs at the end and a freebie on the op.
That was such a stable way to play that round. I mean, we don't really highlight the exits that much, but that was optimal. You know, Rez doesn't die, give up an AK, and even jeopardize their chances of like giving up more kills because they give up the AK. Then they funnel all the kills into the Mac 10. They take out the op. It's really beautiful to watch. Any number of guys out there would appreciate a round like this. So that's very well done. We're now up 3-2 for NIP. Moving to another rifle round, and look at that healthy bank that NIP have moving into round number 6.
This has the makings of a spectacular T-side. Still way too early to call, but at least they've hit the ground running. Ninjas immediately let off that gas pedal. Chill here versus what they know to be the buy. Hold off. Let the CTs waste some utility. They do not have much left over. Double flash and a single smoke. Sure, they've got the weapons. They don't have a sniper rifle to counter that a twist. Single kit and Nico. Let's say he dies out here in garage.
Yeah.
That kit will never be retrieved.
It won't, yeah, that's true. And it's also far in general, so yeah. They've now are throwing away cross smokes, about a minute as we cross on the clock. It's gonna be 1 player. Anyone lower? Actually dedicated within the site. They're gonna be low on information for a long time. The only thing they know for sure is that smoke's landed outside, doesn't tell you much.
Footsteps though, that will. And Nico should have been able to hear that from the garage above them. So smoke gonna be down, preemptive before they do arrive. Now Olaf joins Brokey inside the B site, but Rez has managed to find himself the opening kill, and we ask ourselves, do the Ninjas come back from this? Do they decide to head elsewhere? 30 seconds means they've got to make their decision quick. And now they're gonna pinch from both doorways. Brokey tagged up, and Olaf, he retreats into the line of fire. Twist takes his head clean off, and that B site has crumbled. FaZe Clan about to give up a 4th round to the Ninjas.
That's beautiful.
They had the positioning.
The rotate was actually pretty good. You know, getting within the site and Brocky using his smoke on control room so his teammate could rotate in through ramp was kind of had a 2-pronged effect. Number 1, he's protected when they try to jump out control because that's normally his first fight. And then number 2, his teammate can get like into a very dedicated position and help him frag and kind of die alongside him. And then NIP still managed to win off of patience, right? The first frag that throws everything awry is the fact that Rez catches somebody going into the vent. You always know that somebody's in squeaky waiting for you to go for the vent drop, for the rotate to help your teammates. So his patience was enormous. And man, NIP are looking extremely clean. We saw some of these rounds from FaZe where they made the other team look like a fool. It feels like they're getting some of that medicine right now.
They're getting played.
That's the one. You know, everyone gets scared when that guy dies.
Ooh. Killer headshot by Twist there too. He knows it.
Yeah, and then everything just falls into place. That was some really beautiful CS we saw in that round. From NIP and actually from FaZe 2. There was moments of brilliance on both sides, and that's actually possible. Even though one team wins, they both can play well. So
it's off that round loss that FaZe are going to take their first time out.
Yeah, always good to see. So Yeah, another early pause. They've got Nico, who has the AUG, and they want to try to like mobilize him best as possible. Investing a little bit is okay. They have enough that they don't have to worry so much about the buy on the next round. But I think what's most important is that they put him in spots where he's not just going to be the last left alive, unless that is the prerogative for him to just save.
Oh. Ninjas gonna sort out a quick issue with Forest too. Give FaZe their chance to talk things over and then make them wait.
Yeah, Forest just dropped out of the server just for a second. I'm sure he'll be back in no problem.
So far, Ninjas just playing it outdoors. Nobody inside of Secret Stairs from FaZe yet. We saw Nico play inside of Garage, maybe to get that audio information.
Yeah.
But no peeks coming out from the defense. Nobody trying to hold them back over on red. Haven't really had the cash to...
So here's the thing. One thing that you can do on Ecos, if you think it's not going to be upstairs at all, like say in that previous anti-Eco, all of FaZe's members stacked in the upstairs, in the A site. Yep. If you're NIP and you go down lower, remember when Plopsky goes searching through the secret halls? He doesn't actually ever enter the site. So if they start in the B site, you know, that could potentially be a really good honeypot to just sit and wait. Whereas upstairs, it seems like, number one, it's way less popular these days. So it feels like 70% of the time teams are going lower. And number two, we already know that NIP favor trying to cross and getting information on the perimeter of the lower site lower. So that might be a thought in their minds.
Play around the doors. I also don't think I've seen a gunfight in ramp since Pistol.
Yeah, that's true.
And we are now 7 rounds deep.
And you know that's coming, where they're just going to like throw those outside smokes, try to hit ramp, and probably touch on lower from there.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I just feel like the T side of Ninjas hasn't been tested in terms of having to change up their strats or the pacing. Even on the outer plays, which has been consistent, there's been nobody hyper aggressive. There's been no straight up A push.
Yeah, no, it's difficult. It's difficult also to defend outside from outside. One by one. Eventually you fix every PC and then there's no PCs left.
They're never going to run out of excuses.
Yeah.
In the meantime, FaZe left scratching their heads. I'm curious to see when they start trying to take hyper-aggressive initiatives. We've had one lobby push when they meant absolutely nothing. They haven't had to push into ramp. And again, not even peeking out Secret Stairs, so it's been very responsive. And I think at times that's kind of what allowed Astralis earlier today to get overrun on the CT side by Na'Vi, was that they just gave a lot of respect to that outer yard, which was constantly costing them lower tunnels. And once you have that secret in your back pocket, damn, Na'Vi redirected so well.
That Blast trophy. This is NIP's first final this year.
It's their first final since Copenhagen of last year. Where they lost to Na'Vi.
They definitely put up pretty special results in Blast tournaments in general. They've always had they've been up and down in the past few years, but it seems like one thing that's constant is that they always put up a fight when it comes to Blast. So not totally surprised to see them in this finals. And they've also guaranteed a spot at the global finals in Bahrain.
That's I think the kind of coolest narrative to come from this event itself, is that now FaZe, who had already gotten to Bahrain, are joined by NIP, who have just booked their tickets, and yet these two teams will clash off for a title at the Copenhagen Champions before we get into the World Finals at the end of the year.
Yeah, it makes the storyline more interesting for us.
But also give FaZe Clan the chance to be the only team in 2019 to win 2 Blast events.
2 Blast events, that's right. Miami and then Copenhagen.
So they're gunning for it. But here we are, back into the action. Nico, single 8 AUG, double P250 in the CZ in the mix. A round that Ninjas should be taking as expected. But the pistols get close, and that one rifle plays outside red.
Yeah, I like this. High frag position for Nico. I feel like it could be kind of a waste when he can actually change around if they're going to cross outside by himself. He likes playing by himself, and it looks like he might have some opponents coming his way. So can Nico Sports do it? Here it is, the AUG behind red.
His patience as he waits. Brokey offers himself up, but there we go. Nico able to get just one. Plopsky swings close, unsuspected. Nico being removed now gives Plopsky more of a chance to get downstairs with a second smoke. He'll go.
Throw that gun over the fence. Move this round along. You've definitely only got pistols to worry about now. Here's Cold Zero with easy, and it was nice. He got the headshot, pulled to the face for force, but he gets the frag, which is much more important. 2 players left, Olaf and Rain. Tip, tap, nothing.
Bomb down 2, that's Ninjas with a 5th. This T side's looking heavy.
Yeah. It's one of those situations where it's like how quickly it falls apart. You know, like the rounds just start piling on, and there's so many actually good things to say about FaZe in general and them on Nuke. So it is kind of crazy and really impressive for NIP to be doing this well this early.
FaZe are gonna have to start taking guns out of their hands though. I mean, we've got more than $10,000 on both Forest and Twist. And after this round win, that nearly starts maxing out. They're only gonna have to rebuy 2. The 2 players who have to rebuy, also on 10 grand.
Also on 10, yeah. That fat bank. All right, double op setup, Rocky and Olaf. Rocky most likely playing ramp with the op. Yeah. He could move around obviously, but that would make the most sense considering he's always the one rotating into lower. It changes things slightly just because he's not going to fall off of that position most of the time. I mean, he could. We'll see how he decides to do it. Olaf is leading the charge here, so he might go secret with that. Yeah, I love this setup because we've seen Plopsky go by himself into secret multiple times so far. And if he's just going to walk in and he's been used to it, then it might be a really easy frag for Olaf Meister. So let's keep an eye on that engagement, depending on what Plopsky decides to do.
Nothing on the A side. This is what I like to see. Talked about it. Secret stairs having been given over, having been a thorn in both the B setup and those A rotations. The one time we saw FaZe really been most successful is when they lost lower but didn't move, even though they very well
had all the cues.
Around.
Yeah, they had all the cues to move and they did. Yeah, it was really good.
So now as long as they hold the secret stairs, that A hold should remain strong. Plopsky has been able to sneak himself into Mini. Now this could be the 3-pronged assault, and Olaf almost caught by what was just smoke spam.
Wow. NIP making a good move here. Upper's definitely weaker. Cold Zero dancing in the flames. He goes down. 1 player on the back of the site, and that's Rain. He has all to do, and he can't get a single kill.
Dropped. Tries to take his duel. You can see the damage starting to add up versus Nip, but damage does not equal frags.
And they are hampered on the retake. They have absolutely no way to pull this off. That is a sick round from NIP one more time. They just read it perfectly. They barely take any damage, let alone give up kills. They get onto the A site, and like the kills where you see Cold Zero like running around in a Molotov, like that's what you want when you're performing your entry, right? Like you're not just hitting a crazy flick and knocking them down. You're just kind of beating them out because you're smarter than them, and that's what we saw that round. And this is a round where FaZe Clan specifically overemphasized their defense for any kind of lower hit. Cool. They kept the op at ramp, and then they had in their op at secret. They're trying to just lock that down. So if it's a default that ends up with Plopsky going to secret, he dies easily, and that would have been the case 100%. So yeah, another really just intelligently played round from NIP, and
they're big braining.
I did a Twitter poll. The Twitter poll, it was like 70% of the people thought that FaZe would win. And I don't know if you're voting just because they were a fan of FaZe, but 30% of people thought NIP would win.
I'm a little surprised by just like the lack of movement here from FaZe, the lack of initiative. Sure, they've got the stop set up on the extremity, but Olaf never peeks his head up. The most action Olaf had last round was when Lekro just shoots bullets near him. Yeah. Not even at him, but just nearby, and then he hides again and waits. Yeah. Next thing you know, your A site's crumbled. I mean, where's the move? Where's the aggression? Where's FaZe Clan's confidence on these gun rounds?
It's tough, man. Yeah, they're getting played to be a fool right now. And we'll see. NIP on fire to move into round number 9. Olaf back to similar scenes. He didn't let off an op shot, as you mentioned, so he's not really giving anything away by playing here one more time.
Here we go. Starts peeking up by Silo. Now this wall of smokes could call him into action. Just keep eyes on red. Knowing that Lekro spammed off the top of it, this is why he holds here.
Yep, same fight.
Hoping the exact same thing will happen. There's a kill. Roki able to get one. Some movement. FaZe Clan, they extend past ramp. They push themselves closer towards lobby. But then in response, Lekro's going to start moving his feet through garage. And now, Ninjas, they're picking up this pace. They're wrapping around towards Hell, adding a second frag to the tally, but it's still brought back. Brokey with another. That's 3 kills, all on him. A single-handed performance that could put FaZe on 3.
He has been pivotal in the rounds they've won. We know that. On that pistol as well, Rain chimes in. That's a kill, leaving just Plopsky now, alone. And it looks like the ops have really come into their own. They are doing a fantastic job. A really nice round from this young man right here, Brocky. And And also from Olaf, once again, I love the setup call as well. You can credit Nico for that. Just, they're going back into what worked before,
Wait, there's a wall bang. Watch the replay.
Set up of the previous round. Where are we talking about? Oh, just a great flick. Holy smokes. Yeah, that's not even a shot you're supposed to hit. But it takes confidence to make a call like that, to use the same setup that just didn't work. But then this time, NINJAS changed their game up to their own fault. They ended up falling right into FaZe Clan's trap. And the cool part also was that 2 rounds ago, when those 2 ops were bought, they weren't lost the next round.
Sure
So
enough.
they haven't had to reinvest.
Money moving forward, and money's still piled high.
Yeah. For NIP, of course.
Yeah, they got those retroactive payments.
Yeah. Rollover bucks in CSGO.
So, still doubled the score. NINJAS leading 6-3, but at least FaZe Clan maybe a little more bolstered in the confidence. But look at this one. Fast play into the A site. Here we go. Now this is CS. A little clash, a little action, and Rain with a couple kills. They've lost that bomb in the meantime, and Lekro's so low on health that he doesn't want to go back to grab it. But that responsibility is going to fall on someone. Fire falls from the skies back onto them. Smokes over towards main. And Nico has slipped behind enemy lines. Twist tucked into the corner. If Nico's not thorough in clearing this, he could offer up his back. And yes, he will do exactly that. So FaZe Clan lose their 3v3. And the man advantage on that of NIP. But a Molotov extinguish means Brokey has some space. Forrest predicts the peak, and Olaf left alone.
That's it, yeah, he's off the save. There's not really a chance that he's gonna be able to win this. And that's just a nice tempo change there for NIP. They decide to hit upper a little bit more quickly, and they recognize that there's 2 ops, so any rushes are going to be best used when there are. And they also avoid ramp and secret. Those are the 2 op locations. So a lot of good reasons for them to go into the upstairs
Bursting
site.
out the door.
Yeah, that's a very practically thought through round from NIP. Nicely done.
They didn't even have, you know,
But they didn't have
the manners of knocking. They just kicked it wide open.
That's true, yeah. Yeah.
They didn't call ahead of time.
It can be jarring.
No RSVP.
It can be jarring to go that fast. But you got to keep the other team honest. You got to be like, sometimes you got to throw in a fast one. Otherwise, why would the other team Molotov squeaky if you never rush squeaky? You know, you got to give them a reason to use their Molotov at the beginning of the round.
Nico frustrated with the fact that a corner gone uncleared did cost him. 4 rounds the difference. NIP still looking fantastic here on Nuke, which is what we were hoping for, because when we moved to Dust 2, we could very well be watching the stomp happen in the other direction. But another fast round as Rez already makes his way down through Ven. Rain and Cold Zera have let him by, but Olaf could hold him back. Yes, sir.
Done.
Hadn't made it all the way towards secret stairs yet, so he'll fish a frag out first. Little smoke spam goes both ways. Lekro tags slightly and a bit more too. But Plopsy creeps closer to the secret stairs. Good timing on a Molotov. Keep them there, corralled outside. As the smoke grenades fade, they've lost their cover.
And let them know you're holding it. You know, like, give them every reason to double think why they're going to go lower. For Olaf, you're just playing this smartly. Just know they want to come. You know, they kind of want to just like hit their head into this wall, and you're just going to keep letting them know it's a bad idea over and over again. Here's a Molotov, here's a smoke, here's my op.
Yeah, pick your poison. But the smoke fades. Olaf misses one, hits the second, gets back around the corner, and tries to use the flash to evacuate, buy him a bit more time. Nico, in the meanwhile, has, of course, grabbed himself another. Forrest gonna swing door open, Brokey tucked behind box, and Olaf has the high rope, dropping back down. Such evasion!
Nice.
He just welcomes them in, sends out the invitations, and rejects them on the entry. 5 survivors for FaZe is a fantastic place to be because they're trying to clamber back to the 8-7.
Yeah, that was the best Frank Abagnale impression I've ever seen. You could not catch this guy if you tried your hardest, and he was kind of winning the entire way through. He's getting kills, he's falling back, he's avoiding damage, he's using his nades sparsely. I mean, this is beautiful CS from Olaf. Really, really sick stuff. And now he's like a threat that you never want to go see downstairs, right? It feels like you're going up against 3-4 players there.
He's been a threat as we've seen FaZe come back into form.
That's true.
You know, if there's been one still consistent pillar, it's him.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like, do FaZe end up in the finals if Olaf's off form at this event? Probably not, right?
So doing as expected. Putting up those numbers. Nice to see him using that op. And nice to seeing it be so clean. You know, frag, reposition. Frag and reposition.
Yeah, how it should
uses that formula so smoothly.
Yeah, it's not the frags that people talk about all the time. It's not the frags that make it to the frag highlight reels because they're the easiest, but it's the same symptoms of device, right?
Yeah, sure enough.
And he puts up the stats at the end of the day. You'd screw the highlights.
Here we go. The 12th is upon us. I want to see more from Brokey. Just want to see another young star come into form. He's got the players around him, the years of experience that he is within.
He's hold up. One man outside twist. Top of the silo. Clearly going to have an A exec. This one's delayed a little bit, but it looks like it's going to be explosive. Molotovs come out onto the site. Rain pushed into an awkward spot. Hits that fallback SG spray.
And the M4 from above as well starts to do some damage. Olaf's off, getting into it, but Forrest finds himself alone, and he's got 2 kills already. He would need the ace, but he also needs to reload. And he also needs that bomb. More problems than anything playing against Forrest, but at least he has the 50 seconds to work with, so he anticipates a heaven peak. Brokey could give it to him.
The gun barrel spawning, seems aware. There it is.
They've cleared out Hut, so they're slowly working their way forward. Executed from the side. Nico taps one in, and that's FaZe to move to 5. Slowly but surely, getting this lead cut down round after round. But what they're not cutting deep enough into is the economy. Ninjas are going to be buying for the rest of this half, it seems.
That's a really good point, and we brought up early on how they did such a good job of bolstering it as the rounds went on. So we're nearing the end of the half. FaZe Clan are starting to solve this problem. They're trying to figure out they're figuring out the algorithm to this Rubik's Cube. They understand now like how ninjas operate. They're not so scared. They've dealt with a fast inside and a slow inside hit. They're starting to deal with the outside problem as well. Olaf is coming into his own. This could be a huge problem for NIP if they aren't able to win this first map. But oh my god!
The second, Lekro's starting to feel it. Ninja's looking to go back into the faster pace. Just slap FaZe around outside. Now they reside inside the 4v3, and Cole cuts one down. Headshots looking crisp. Forrest has cover, despite it being just a box. But a box is all he needs. A 3v3 with utility all across the board.
And you always see this mid-round, this recollection of clues. Where the hell did everyone go? What's our position in this round? Are we even winning? Are the CTs making a big flank happen? Rocky will be the first one to kind of pry into their territory.
Him versus
walk
Rez.
upstairs.
Rez is the one that holds it. No, but it's 2 headshots simultaneous. Not just Rez versus Brokey, but Forrest, who best called Zera too. Doesn't cost them any utility, but it just boils down to the timing. Like you said, everybody trying to collect clues, and then they collect the kills. Instantly, shadow advantage given away to Rain, but he doesn't expect Plotsky from Garage, so Nip will extend back to the 3-round lead, looking strong as they attempt to finish this half in double digits.
Yeah, you're not going to expect, how can you expect Lekro to do that again, right? But those kills that happened, this half's almost wrapped up. That has resulted in them getting 8. So no matter what,
Come on, man.
Come on, hey, I'm walking here, huh? Walking over here. No matter what happens at this point, 8 rounds is a pretty okay half so far. On the C side, we know that could be a huge problem, so they're probably going to try their hardest to put together these last 2. But they're going up against 2 ops and an SMG. We'll see how that plays into their favor or disadvantage. If they're able to get the information, they can do what they did last time. Go for an upper execute where the CTs are most weak. But can they find that out? Oh, and it's actually Olaf who'll be sitting on the floor of the upstairs site. This could be a great adjustment.
Teammate Smoke will plume, but still, he has a gap to look through. Events fall down upon Nico, but no bodies follow suit. They're anticipating a flank out from ramp. And when they didn't put the pedal to the metal, when they allowed FaZe to make these mid-round moves, at one point it was the Brokey push from the ramp side, so reading into it and expecting second servings. But you also have to keep your eyes on Plopsky. He's gotten deep. all the way over towards Hell. Yeah, Coldzera above him, bolstering this A site. FaZe will make their first move. They find timing. Rez has his head turned. And the Opera can't swing it back. Twist miss. 5v4 held onto. FaZe looking to just set up shop on the A site, but Olaf wants at least one more.
Even on Olaf, man, he's the guy to watch. He's on upstairs. They're kind of right in front of him. There's not an easy way for them to get into lower. And there's another duel, but it's actually Twist to best him.
This is it. At least shaving it into the 4 versus 3, but turn back once more. Plopsky welcomed upwards. You'd think he had that positioning so early on, but what's this? Twist with bomb has managed to find his feet down on this B site, and he's gonna nearly cross. Caught by Brokey. Yeah. Down he goes.
As soon as he drops, so does Brokey, right? Yeah, they just get that information really, really quickly. So they give it their best shot, but they ultimately get melted trying to approach upstairs, and there was a world where they win, right? You know, you see Plopsky coming into heaven, you think maybe he does get the drop on somebody. That was definitely a very decent attempt. Man, it's very tricky these rounds. They're getting so close to each other without kills going down, and all of a sudden someone pulls the pin and everyone dies.
But Nip have definitely allowed FaZe to start making moves. That's the second round now where FaZe have been given enough time. But whoa, talk about time. We're 10 seconds into this and already Ninjas have full control of the ramp room. FaZe, they evacuate. They head out into safety at the B site. Olaf knows he could be pressured. Brokey as well. Still these 2 ops in play for FaZe. The final round of the first half could very well end as close as could be. Lekro doubles back with a sick headshot on the second. Poor Coldzera never sees it coming. And FaZe Clan now scrambling as A very realistically becomes the target they know. So 2 members decide to go all the way back through Secret. Ninjas in the meanwhile, they just wait, make them sweat. 50 seconds left.
Getting that mental reset. They were 3 lower, now they have to decide where do Nip want to go, and Nip wait just long enough that it's the right call. They're now just versus Nico. Player slips right underneath him, but
he drops the bomb. That's gonna be falling down into the darker corner. Plopsky picks it up. Upgrading guns in the meantime. Still that MAC-10's in play. Oh, and Brokey with a huge kill off the sidearm. Oh! Quick scope. Plopsky into the clutch, but he's taken down too. FaZe Clan able to make something happen towards the end of this half. Picking up as many rounds as they can. That 6-round spree for Nip looked fantastic, but we are there. 8-7 at a second half after the break.
I don't think I've had to develop a personality. I think Counter-Strike is my personality. We're being watched. I want everyone to be careful. It's Microsoft.
The amount of jaw-dropping moments that we get in each and every game, you feel something very unique inside of the arena.
You can't really imagine that a video game online can draw that kind of emotion from so many people, but it actually can.
My name is Jason Moses O'Toole.
Chad Sponge Virtual.
Christine Potter G, and I'm an analyst for Counter-Strike Go.
Yep. Great.
Esports as a whole, I don't really get into the other games. I just play Counter-Strike. When people ask me what I do for fun, it's play Counter-Strike.
I think it's the most beautiful esport we have out there in terms of how the mixture of strategy that goes into it on a team scale.
Counter-Strike at face value is the easiest game to understand. It's a 5v5 game with a very easy solution of who's winning and losing, right? But it's also very nuanced, the strategy of it, the little details, and that's the bit that I like, the fact that I get to express that to a viewer at home, and if I can make them understand a little bit that gets me excited about the game, then that's my goal at the end of the day.
So my journey into this position is kind of, I guess, pretty generic. I was a Counter-Strike player for a very long time, and I kind of naturally fell into it.
I started out as a player once upon a time, a long time ago, and just kind of fell into this as a hobby, and it eventually turned into a career path.
5 of the final 7 rounds added to the board for FaZe Clan, and they most certainly need them. You've got to tip your hat to Brokey, though, putting up numbers in those last few rounds, being given a little bit of space to play, you know? But he's not used to the most structure. He's not used to waiting out rounds. He wants to play. He wants to shoot them headshots, so he closes his eyes to focus.
For sure, and sometimes you can really make someone look like useless almost if your teammates aren't there to support him properly.
Right.
And that's that player that sometimes has to play rampant, fall back to lower. He's dependent on his outside guy for stopping players from coming in secret and flanking. He's dependent on his his upstairs player to give him information on when he does have to worry about rampant, when he doesn't. And when we saw he had enough space, he was able to deliver kills. He only seems to be getting more and more comfortable. Is obviously going to be a key component in this victory if FaZe can pull it off. I think it's great that NIP got 8 rounds on the T side, but at the same time, T side seems scarier and scarier these days.
So let's see. I'm very curious as to whether or not FaZe decide to up the tempo maybe. I think Nip came a little collected, very cool throughout their T side.
We'll see what can be done. Outside walk.
Shoulder to shoulder, all 5 members of FaZe here outside. They're gonna get peeked by Lekro. Ooh, and popped by Lekro too. Rain the first casualty. His exit through Mini, smoked, so that now becomes his cover, and Forrest at a distance is gonna tap away into the heads of them. Brokey removed.
Forrest is good.
Again on the cross, Forrest happy to duel with this one. Those Glocks at such a disadvantage, so a P250 in the mix could help out, but even on Mini, Nico's bested. Lekro, the next one to fall, the first one to fall for Ninjas.
But this round's wrapped up, right? I mean, what's interesting here is like, okay, first of all, Forrest can do more. He's already gotten the 2nd kill, going up to heaven for another view.
Oh, takes another bit of damage, and now the Mini duel, he sees bodies. Olaf's running out of bullets though, 20 shots and 4 people to take down.
It's been a long time since I've seen a P250 run out of ammo.
This is the 1v5. Oh, and he's got himself 2.
Okay, everybody chill out for a second.
Remember, Forrest is incredibly lit.
Yeah.
They're just giving him the space to run. He's got the bomb on top of it.
He has time as well.
Whoa.
I mean, we've seen him be really smart this game. It's not one you want to call too soon, but is this the thing?
He's gonna go
behind sight. Plan is down. Nobody in decon. Oh, okay. There it is. Plopsky had to ruin the fun.
I thought Plopsky's gonna play for decon. I'm waiting to see a shadow, but there's nothing. No. He goes double doors, takes the exact same route, and does stop it. So no bomb plant. No defuse needed.
Okay, but can I just say, I don't really like how FaZe played this pistol. When we got outside, this area that Forrest can see, this is the worst place a T can be on a pistol round, right? Of course. Especially you're fighting heaven, you're fighting hell, you're fighting CT spawn, anything like that. All those positions, you're significant disadvantage unless everybody has a P250, which isn't the case. And from there, they're spending a lot of time fighting there. The smoke across earlier on.
Yeah, any strat that involves Glocks fighting from secret to heaven.
Yeah, and it's not 2014, like...
I'm not an advocate.
Yeah, no thank you.
But that's what they'll have to work with yet again, Glocks. Olaf's justified the P250. A couple of clean kills last round, but these MP9s are looking for the money.
Yeah, funneling was something that Ninjas did extremely well in the first half. Let's see if they can run that back. I have to wonder what FaZe's pistol round was. What were they thinking? Was it that they wanted to attack upstairs, or did they want to cross secret? Because
I really don't know.
You know, bombing it across to secret, that makes sense too.
Sure.
Get out of dodge, take a few bullets, hopefully don't die, but maybe get down.
But they stopped the fight.
They did stop the fight. They wanted those fights. They wanted all the smoke.
Plopsky's gonna see the movement. Stick around a little bit here. Lekro, great grenade.
Wow.
Now that bomb being seen and dealt with means that this round will move swiftly forward to the back pocket of Nip. They take their 10s.
Nice.
Not a single casualty on top of it. That is an excellent outcome for them. We saw them have economy advantage for what seemed like the entire first half, and they're starting the second one there too.
Another stat that goes unnoticed, just how many kills are getting fed into these SMGs, and who is responsible for that? Is it luck? I think one of those, was that a 100 damage grenade on one of them?
No, he got tapped by something.
Okay, all right.
But it could be if you'd like it.
Still well placed. Yeah, I'll live in that fantasy world.
5 Kriegs up.
5 Kriegs up, and now this is something that counts against NIP potentially. It is a bonus. They'll be able to rebuy next round, but FaZe have a significant advantage when it comes to their firepower here. In terms of the actual dollar spent, pretty much dead even, but Which guns would you rather have?
Not this scout, that's for sure, albeit early damage done, and it's the MP9 scout combo with a grenade in the mix. Another frag's thrown out, and this looks fantastic! They are just ripped apart, flesh from bone. Bomb thrown out onto the floor. Finally, some kind of an answer here, but this was 5 Kriegs versus 2 MP9s and a scout.
They didn't even really want to win. They were like, let's try to get as much damage as possible.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it. 4 alive. Really well done here for NIP as we reach that critical territory. Up to 11 now. On the CT side, they're looking comfortable as ever. They've done a great job of building up their economy. This is a glow up. Look at it. Look at that. They just made that into this nade funnel. The perfect rotations, the perfect amount of emphasis from each player. No one overplaying their hand. No one overfacing.
FaZe Clan just got caught in the trenches.
Didn't even get to turn the corner.
They shall not grow old. Deagles, 3 smokes, 4 Kriegs on the CT side.
Wow, yeah.
That is a horror movie.
Listen, if we're ever going to talk about the advantage of Kriegs, we're going to see that impact now as we go into the next rounds. If it's just an easy cleanup for the CT side, and well, we'll see if the advantages obviously play into their hands too, because it's hard to say where the map goes just in general.
Not only do 5 people survive for NIP previously, then they feed those MP9s with all the kills. Then they're offered free upgrades into the Krieg. I mean, this is just looking fantastic for NIP. It is textbook success so far on the CT side.
Yeah, real raw deal here for FaZe Clan. And we've got these mini ops just kind of peeking across. Lekro's spray is a little bit off. Well, a lot of it, actually. And with him going down, at least Twist can trade.
Coldzera gets a Krieg.
That's nice.
Slightly greater chance being made. Twist up close versus Rain. That Deagle can now take the high road into heaven if necessary. There are 2 players beneath him. That being Plopsky and Twist and Forest above, so there's a lot of movement going on here from the defense, but a drive-by from Rain.
Okay, all right.
Shoots through the floorboards, and now a second weapon retrieved. Twist robs it back.
That's dirty.
Coldzera gave him that space and then comes into the peak. It's fantastic back from NIP. 3 frags of Flurry. A fumble from FaZe.
Yeah, hugely so. I mean, even that shot from Twist, actually super hard to hit, I feel like. Kind of lined that up perfectly and nailed it, and that was incredibly important. Yeah, that got very ugly. I thought for sure FaZe were actually going to win that round. Seemed there for a second. That's definitely not if you're at all shaky. Great to see good rounds from Twist, of course.
Yep. The final timeout called by NIP, so it's nice to see a team with a 5-round lead with this kind of an economy advantage, using up those timeouts.
Yeah.
You know, not wasting them. Making sure that this is as clean as can be.
Yeah, good to see they have stuff to talk about too. You know, they're always thinking this is great. Sometimes when things are going badly, or when you just don't know, what to expect. You just, how are you going to call a pause in good faith, and then sit there and have your teammates listen to you talk when you don't have anything to talk about? So that's huge. Wow, ADR is just not out of this world for anybody. We've got like a very kind of Stevens affair on both sides. Some people in the failing grade of ADR, and then the highest being about 80. There's no outstanding players above 80 into that 100 mark.
No star performance just yet. 20th round's upon us. Lekro already waiting for the head, and he snips it clean off. Just as quickly as the first one falls, Olaf joins the ranks of death. 5v3, Flash keeps Nico back. Roki will take the high road.
Hey, you remember, this is when FaZe gave Na'Vi the hardest time. These outside takes, it was getting really complicated. NIP just found these 2 kills instantly. Like, at the beginning of the default, no problem whatsoever. They're up 5v3. And it's only gonna get harder to even leverage a single kill. That's a very precise crouch peek. Great flash though to push him off the angle. Will we have trade in terms of position? Twist, how far does he want to slide out? He's going into it. The reticle, just seeing his kind of diffuse get there, and Twist knows exactly what he has in store.
Even got a player above him if need be.
Oh, he's hitting everything right now.
Yeah, Twist is on one. Grenade not needed. It's a distraction. Frag makes him peek left, so he nails him with a Deagle shot. 13-7 puts NIP on fire. Not only 5 rounds in a row, but again with 5 people surviving. This is just looking like way too much to handle.
Yeah.
This T side has fallen flat.
That's amazing. Yeah, Twist looking really smart as well. These are some great rounds by him. Just seems to understand where all these kills are coming from. It's great to see. It's fantastic. Speaking of elusive, Twist is elusive, you know. This is a player that's got, like, rumored to have been offered to join NIP multiple times. He's been approached by players on NIP to join the team, and it never happened over the years. Finally finding his place in the roster. It's nice to see because for a while, he was kind of floating at that like tier 2 level. You know, we're casting all the tier 2 matches.
Yeah.
We're casting Twist way too much.
I was commentating Twist for far too long.
We're like, man, come on, you're better than us, right? Twist,
Get out of here.
You're supposed to be rising above.
Yeah, I know tier 1 when I see it.
It was like a Goodwill Hunting moment. We're like, Twist, come on, man. You're better than this. But he always just wanted to play at that level. I mean, maybe play with his friends. He's a hard man to read. But I'm happy to see him on the NIP. I'm sure a lot of people are, and he's been doing really good.
I'm happy to see him on NIP and succeeding. You know, we kind of welcomed a new Ninja far too many times without the net results being that much better.
Yeah.
This is something special.
That's true.
1 year later, their very last finals, and they're looking to this time take the win. And at least here on map 1, they're doing a fantastic job. But of course, remember, this was their choice. And they got wrecked on Dust 2 this morning. So a long series still ahead, but a great grenade. A little bit past the mark, in fact.
Oh, okay.
Talk about Twist.
And look at that. Just sick movement. Perfect jump there.
Hits cold through the edge of the wall and retreats down towards B. Lekro's flash, but not extension. Doesn't want to offer up an evening kill. This 5v4 should be turned into the conversion.
You gotta hate that the player just robs you of that. Ooh, they don't know about Nico. Well, now they do. That was a chance. Oh man, if he had a better angle, wasn't spamming through the wall, he would have done more damage for sure. Best thing you can do is just not worry about it. It's actually so hard for Nico to come out and try to trade him. But does he have help? That's another question. He's still alone, guys.
Hello? This is very much a single Ninja. But Rez will get into the mix. At least the 3 versus 3. FaZe Clan have done a good job. They just had to deal with that one player, and I'm shocked that he didn't get any help earlier, but fighting on multiple front, perhaps. Rez does pick up a kill in the mix. Brokey sticking that bomb. Those bullets just sailing by him. Frag as well moves past. And Nico moves up, gets up onto the rafter. Olaf over towards ramp, cuts off one side of this retake. So now it's just the 2-pronged assault. Rez out from decon and Plopsky in control room. Rez is gonna have to make the first move, but he should be on full display for Olaf.
They have good utility. Oh, there's the attempt from Rocky and...
Oh, but he can't quite catch that head. It's stuck behind the silo. Plopsky given a chance, but not given the round. That's phases to take.
Okay, that's a symptom of bad rotations, right? Like, you know,
that's gotta be.
I mean, like, honestly, I don't know how much more noise Twist would have had to make downstairs before someone starts hitting the floor with a broom to figure out what their annoying roommate is doing, right? Like, they must have been making so much noise down there, and Twist is just trying to... He's dealing with 2 players at ramp, one on each side, plus a guy underneath them shooting up at him from decon. Like, yeah, it might be lower, guys. Like, can we get a rotation?
I think it might be B. But FaZe will be happy that no reinforcements arrived. They are back on the board. First round to their T side comes 6 rounds deep. Obviously, Nip gonna be happy to buy back. They're gonna see this utility usage outside, so Twist just stays honed in, but will he expect Rain to already be in his face? Seems so. Dodges the shots, but he's outnumbered yet again, and who's gonna save him? There's nobody over here towards Hell to help. In fact, it's Plopsky down on the B floor, Ramp entirely in the control of FaZe, and all of this position too.
Wow.
They basically swapped sides of the map.
Yeah, they have traded. Freaky Friday.
Oh, but that's a good one. Rain tagged down to 28. Forrest has to be so worried that somebody could peek him from heaven. Twist is gonna get close. Takes back what he once lost. Lets Rain get by and reels him back in. Nico's gonna walk through Hut now, and he loses his duel versus Rez. A 5 versus 3 put up by the Ninjas. Looking for that 6-round lead. That's FaZe Clan looking for an equalizing kill, but outnumbered by 2.
Yeah, and it gets harder and harder to get every single kill, like the more you lose. Almost a snowball effect within the round, just kind of like a micro snowball.
15 seconds.
Yeah, they've got to make a decision, and they're probably a little bit nervous. Twist ends up peeking his head out a little bit too hard.
So compromised. With Heaven being gone, it's just the player on site. Rez does slip into vent. Coldzera's going to go for the kill, but even if he gets this, there's no time. He had to go for the bomb plant if he wanted to win the round. And now, he will still manage to stay standing, but it's a 14th to Nip regardless. That one just really burned down, but I'm not shocked that it comes down to the wire. Think about the way FaZe, they've taken all of ramp control, they've pushed Rain outdoors through hell, and yet still they didn't quite know where to go because they didn't have any information.
Yeah.
They went to ramp, saw no one, walked outside, saw no one, cleared out hell, saw no one.
Yeah.
Where is NIP?
Where is someone?
Finally, once the kills start coming in, all of which on that A site, 20 seconds, and all you need is that chaos.
Yeah.
The time is the 6th Ninja.
Yeah, it's a famous technique of war, right? Just starve them out.
Exactly.
Give them ground.
Very brutal, but yeah.
And it ended up working. And obviously, time is that resource as opposed to food in this game. I don't want to go too much farther with that one, but yeah. All right, now we're achieving kind of exceptional status. I mean, anything over 80 to me is just like an A+ or an A. And so Olaf is touched on there, which is good, but he is on the losing team by a big margin. So this could be the last couple of rounds of the game. We'll soon find out. It's a buy up for FaZe Clan. And a flambe on the upstairs site. They take some nades on their way down and sprayed. Walski knows what to do with the vent. Have they recollected the bomb?
Yeah, they've got it. Over here towards Decon. Cold could just prioritize plant. Twist's not going to be able to do anything, but that nade could land. Guys, no bomb.
Money.
No plant, and another 5 versus 3, but this one even worse because it's still the CZ and MAC-10 in play. The smoke grenades faded on the site. No, not yet. All right. But of course, Plotsky's push forward. He'll put down his own smoke. That bomb never to be retrieved. And yet there's still a minute for Nico and Broky to try and scramble into this.
A lot of time to think.
Yeah, a lot of time just to lose. That's what's looking likely.
Yeah, it seems like maybe.
Promising T side turned masterclass defense. Nip gunning for a 15th, but Nico guns into the A. If only they had that bomb, that's the biggest issue. And the more time they spend clearing out the A site thoroughly, the less they have to go and contest this device.
Just babysitting this bomb, doesn't need to move.
They choose ramp. Now this is going to compromise the players on B site, but it puts Forrest in a fantastic position. He can only best one. Nico, 3 kills, needs the ace, and he's given the chance because he dodges that op shot, but 15 seconds means he needs to go or decide to save the Krieg because money is an issue in the next round as well. 10 seconds, and he needs both kills, and he's not gonna get either. Twist up close, takes 15 for NIP.
He's been too damn good, man. He's been too damn good. And again, like you look at the stats, they're not telling the whole story with Twist. He has been an absolute monster on this map. So many pivotal kills, all specifically on rifle rounds, and how everybody is helping him out as well. There's like a very even distribution of frags on NIP between 13 and 20. Rez has been on the lower end of that, but still, you can see variable impact from almost every single player. It just feels like the key kills that he's getting are so much more important, and they seem like a little bit harder as well.
Yep.
He's hitting really nice shots.
He's really been a difference maker. Now it's Forrest, headshot. Does he even see Nico? I feel like Nico has been screwed over in so many gunfights this map. And you see the frustration just slowly cranking. He's about to hit a 10. I keep seeing him cock that fist back, but he's got nothing to punch. NIP on the other side of the stage, out of reach for now. Still not done just yet, but a tantalizing 5 versus 4 here. A CT side that has given up 1 round. And now Twist understands Coldzera's close, but he's not the only member of FaZe Clan to be outdoors. So Twist still has to stay inside the building, you'd think.
Yeah, he actually can't call this that well. Oh my God. Op shot in the ass. He's going back up the ladder only to get his head popped off.
What is happening?
Wild, wild scenes. Now Olaf's gonna bring it in with another kill. Rez still inside the site. Check from above, and FaZe Clan have done it. They've moved themselves into a bomb site, enough to get the plant. The post-plant unfolds now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's about to get hot.
That's coming. That's coming. 1 second away. Will he survive? Oh my god, it's his lucky day. No forest fires, only in California.
Now he's ready to run into the bomb site. That molly in the back clears the vent, and he gets his first kill. 2 versus 2. 3 kills for Forest, looking to possibly close map 1 on the ace, but Plopsky gets into the mix. Coldzera's up above on low health, and a 5-second defuse not stuck. Oh! But Cold gives him a second chance. Plopsky trying to get this final kill. Now sticking down the bomb. 2 seconds, and he has to come off again. That's it. It is not over yet. Ninjas giving FaZe their 9th. Cold commits suicide on the way out.
Yeah, and you know what? It's actually only 6 rounds away. I mean, like, at a certain point, I felt like a stomp. I felt like NIP are just, like, owning right now. But I actually still believe that FaZe could come back into this. That's kind of an insane round to watch because, like, analysis aside, like, how do you even talk about that outside of just wacky moments that happen in quick succession that result in this insane 1v1 that's hard to call? You know, everyone runs out of ammo? Like, what?
Fast pace, right back into this one. FaZe not looking scared in the least bit. It is majority pistols against them, so sure enough, they have this edge, and already putting up the numbers advantage. Near flick from Twist, but he too comes up empty-handed, and Ninjas have fallen apart here in the 25th round. FaZe Clan take double digits, and NIP left to lick their wounds for a little while. This one not over just yet. And you know what the best thing about this situation is?
What's the best thing about this situation?
It's the grand finals, so we have overtimes.
That's true. Oh yeah, overtimes. Totally forgot about that. NIP have secured 1 point. Yeah, that's true. I think it's entirely possible. We know FaZe like long games. We know that. And the pressure's off sometimes of teams that do comebacks is because they have a problem with pressure.
Yeah.
And when they have to go on the comeback, I mean, there's just much less. It's only when it starts to become real, you know, at 13 and 14, that maybe that adds up to be too much. But yes, we definitely have a game on our hands. We're in that respectable scoreline territory that no matter what happens, they can say, oh, well, we gave it our best shot, they just played a little bit better. We'll see if FaZe can make something of this T side after that ridiculous, wacky 1v1 between Plopsky and Coldzera now. And it's going to be on a full buy. They're going to earn themselves another eco. NIP have no money to work with. So, and they've done a good job in both halves.
Sure.
Building a bank early on.
And also, that's the thing, is they built that bank early on, but we have to give props to FaZe. In the first half, they ended up winning 5 of the last 7 rounds. Well, we're in that 4th quarter. We are in the waning few rounds of the second half as well, where FaZe could very well pull a similar stunt, but they're about to walk into some pistols.
Not the USP round, man.
Please, not like this. Twists, hidden above. Olaf's gonna walk out first. Oh no, the damage starting to stack.
What?
Yeah,
did he just flick up?
And blasted Twist into a new dimension. Forest gonna come up from this B site. CT corpses, but a bomb. A bomb and a hope. A dream, perhaps. Not gonna make anything else after that. It's an 11th for FaZe Clan and a potential buyback from NIP. No pauses for NIP either, remember.
Oh, yeah. Okay, what just happened there? The Olaf came out of ramp. Okay, wait. No way, dude. Oh my god. He's playing Quake.
Laser.
Playing checkers, he's playing Quake. That's crazy. What a shot. What a spray.
Good round to pull that out as well.
What a human.
You know, don't let the USPs be where this all starts to crumble. Fast round though, trying to get into vent. Olaf's gonna have to just dip into the cover, and down he goes. Forrest knows something's fishy over in this corner of the room. Hoping that somebody else can be added to the tally, but he's already done his job. He's cut off that initial hit. He's pushed FaZe Clan into the 4 versus 5 with map 1 on the line.
15 to 11, and we can pretend it's the grand final. We can pretend that FaZe Clan are Cloud9. How about that?
Smoke wall. Down for the coverage. Bomb does linger outdoors. Lekro hits the ground floor. We do have 2 CTs inside the A site, 1 downstairs in the tunnels. That's why the pressure falls to Lekro here. He tucks himself into the corner of spawn and hopes that FaZe just keep walking, hopes that they try to wrap outside of hell or outside of heaven like they've done multiple times before. Trying to read into the mid-round here.
I think Lekro knows what's about to come his way.
100%.
Outside compromised. Nico sliding under the angle and pops up for the headshot. Really nicely done. 4-4.
Nico looking for another bags twist. And now we suddenly have FaZe Clan going from a 4 versus 5 to a 4 versus 3. The pressure falls back onto Nip, but the pressure's also on the clock. 10 seconds, and that bomb's been dropped yet again. As long as Plopsky can survive, he's good to go, but no, the bomb gets picked up, and they get it onto site just in the nick of time.
Yeah, I mean, if people were wondering, if people fell asleep a little bit through this match and they were cheering for FaZe, I can understand why, but now it's time to wake up, because it seems like FaZe have. This is a buy save situation.
Yep.
With only 3 rounds to go to get to OT. Officially, this map win to Dust 2 next.
Yeah, and they had such good early momentum on both halves. Like, this is not FaZe letting it slip through their fingers. This is very much Ninjas not being able to close. And there you go, already making quick work of these pistol arrows. Twist swapping to the Deagle hand cannon, hopefully could turn this one back. But this is not similar to what we saw on ramp in the last pistol round, where you have 3-4 bodies piled up and a good chance at early damage. This is dwindling CTs, separated and scared. Twist even spotted 2 Ts. Oh, nearly a third one as well into the mix.
Yeah, it feels like, you know, FaZe Clan's master plan.
They blow them to smithereens.
Is just coming into effect. They're taking outside control. They're being everywhere. Once they're creating the spider web of Ts, that's hard to kind of understand where they're going to go and bounce back from, and it's starting to feel a little bit overwhelming. They just have to try to take an aggressive stance next round, I'd say, and reclaim some early control. Make sure that FaZe don't get into their comfort zone.
Exactly.
Now that they figured out how, it feels like from there, there's almost no chance.
No, but you know FaZe are rolling with this. I feel like this is the type of team, you give them the momentum, they have that energy to just roll it.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Okay, Cold Zero giving feedback here to Nico. And we know that in the past on SK, in the grand finals, moving into OTs, Major Columbus, when he was calling first ever Major, he was helping out a lot. Valuable feedback. Let's see if this is Cold's call. What does he have in store for us? This is he have in store for FaZe.
This is the gun round to close. I think a key piece could fall on Twist with that AWP, because he was what erected this defense in the first place. He was why they stood so tall.
Yeah, he's still talking a lot. He is. Smoke's getting lined up for what could be the outside take. FaZe Clan on fire. NIP cowering. Smokes go down. Molotovs cascade over outside across the vision of Twist, watching patiently from heaven. Will he have an opponent?
Yep. Rattles around downrange, a warning shot over the bow. But they do still slip through secret. And at this point, NIP could be more wary of potentially Garage and the Heaven Wrap, when in reality, B site is where FaZe set their sights. They continue to inch forward, continue to clear corners, and there is not a single player from NIP down here to stop them. All the while, we have Olaf trying to just push his way through ramp. A second supporting player comes to help, but Olaf still just does it on his own. Can Plopsky hold? No, he's cleared as well. These 2 M4s would be so valuable in the follow-up round, and this is it. 30 rounds, the distance. A map that seemed like it could have been over ages ago.
Ages ago, easily. Easily. Look back at that crazy round with Plopsky and Cold. That could have been the last round of the game. Wow. This is, yeah, and FaZe Clan are on fire. They're looking stronger than ever. It's Ninjas who have no money. In fact, I mean, we go into this next round, we save these 2 guns. They're trying to be hunted down because they know exactly how much of an advantage they have. No matter what happens after this, FaZe Can will be able to buy. And the flashes come out.
They're
Exit could be critical.
This is sickening in all the best ways. They're just gonna gun down these last 2 players. Resin Forest hold! Forest hold! Oh, Lord! In the save of all places. Where is that in the mid-round? Where is that in the mid-round, Launders? But at least, if there's anything...
Please tell me this is the golden AK, right? let me see this round that it becomes a 16-14 because of the name tags now attributed to this AK spray. Oh my God.
Just mows him down. Here we go. 30th round upon us. Overtime looms. Victory lingers behind. NIP could almost taste it, but 6 consecutive rounds have been put on the board from FaZe, and a 7th would push us into OT.
Looks like it could go with full 3 maps if NIP take this.
The exact same wall of smokes outside. It has been so long that anyone's tried to contest this from secret stairs.
That's true.
NIP have been content to just play back and spawn, to give this portion of the map to FaZe. Oh, but if Forrest were to spray, if only.
Oh, wow, there it is.
He starts a bit.
And he gets an answer back too, which is info. They didn't want to spray back because they don't want to make noise. So, what is this going to say? It seems like they've let loose now. They're starting to run around into lower. Plopsky, could he be the man of the hour?
Gives him a chance. He should expect this, but they've already started to inch themselves so close.
Oh, good nade. No control doors to walk out of either. Molotovs go back and forth.
The final 30 seconds
Here it is.
of the regulation rounds. FaZe having brought this back, and they could very well be direct towards A. They don't have to sink their teeth into the B site. Rain could fly up the ladder. The lobby player's on the crunch. Nico opens up with a kill towards CT spawn and Forrest. Well, Forrest stands inside of the hut. Rain trades. And that bomb's most certainly going to go down. How does Plopsky get out of vent? How does he fly into this gunfight? At least he has that space. He's gone unchecked. Blackrow killed. And this is it. FaZe, they've done it. All the way to OT.
They should be hyped. They should be hyped because going into OT, they couldn't be more confident. They're most likely favored. This is an insane comeback.
If Olaf Meister is going to start dropping bombs, if he's going to become a new top 5 player with this FaZe lineup, I am ready for that. This is sick. He has been at the key helm of so many of those rounds.
Oh yeah, let him know, baby. Bring that hype. And I think Coldzera, we saw him talking.
Saw him so animated.
Yeah, animated, talking to Nico, feeding him kind of his ideas maybe. And that's the other benefit of having like a secondary caller that you trust. I think with Nico, it feels like he can't respect someone who's not as good as him.
Sure enough.
I think that's a big thing. And if Coldzera has a lot of good input and you know from a performance point of view he can impress Nico, then you better believe that Nico's going to be on board with these plans.
So this is how we do it. FaZe taking that momentum from the second half and starting the very first overtime of Blast Copenhagen. They'll continue on their T side, a T side which they tore up. 7 consecutive rounds to get here. A potential 10 if they clean sweep this first half.
I can see it, T side. I think Nip just want to get off CT right now, just have a break from it. Forrest might alleviate some of that pressure. Here's a kill. Olaf down. Swedish bout. Rain again pulling off this lurk. Forrest puts together 2.
He's doing a good job trying now.
They haven't had a start like this.
Oh, that's the 3rd kill.
Oh my God.
Gunning for an ace. Could he finally put FaZe in their place? Seems not. At least Cold gets by, but not unscathed. Ooh, blown open by Rez. Dunks the nade on his feet. Nico out from squeaky door trying to tap, but there we have it.
That's
Nip
the
are
round.
back.
That's the round.
They've broken the spree at least.
They're like, more than anything, I would be mad at myself. Because I would wonder, where the hell was that round in the last 10?
Sure.
You know, why couldn't we have done that? And then you clearly start thinking it's probably because of the pressure, something or the other. Forrest takes matters into his own hands. He's like, I've won championships. I've done this before.
Mind you, there are, you know, a bit of chance, a bit of luck, and a bit of mistake. Forrest gets his first kill by just shooting through squeaky smoke, and that frag versus Rain was just a second ahead of the flashbang. So he's seen. Forrest easily lines that up, gives himself the 3K, pushes himself to the 30th frag.
And now a hush. CT rounds we know can be key. Let's see if they do play a factor. Could spell disaster for the opposing team. Forrest again lurking, being very proactive, feeling good, you know, I think is a very important thing. Just moving in and out. We've seen moments of brilliance from many of these players so far in this one map. Wouldn't be surprised if any of them suddenly start to light things up. Smokes outside seems to be on the docket for the T's. Nico will now line up his smoke to coalesce with Colds.
And why not? I mean, it's been such a key piece to that huge spree of rounds they had. This wall of smoke has been a part of what seems like every play. Alternate variations, but one constant. Olaf first to be shut down. It's Forrest, not with a multi-kill though, just a singular frag. Same can be said for Lekro. How about Rez? He rests on site and takes down Brokey first. Peeks and dropped himself, but again, just back and forth, these trade frags near equal. Nico, he's got it down to the 1v1. 16 health, 20 seconds. And if he just drops down into the scope of Twist, almost takes it, but he gets himself twisted back. The only player to pick up more than one kill that round is Twist, and his second frag secures Nip's 17th round.
The clutch, and again, the question, how come Nip couldn't do this in regulation? But does that matter mentally? Move yourself into this as if it's a new map. You're playing OT. All bets are off. Any of the strategy that you wanted to tie into the next round during regulation to draw up this story of how your CT side or T side should look is out the window. The team you're facing has seen it all. You've thrown it all out there. You didn't hide anything. You're going to be recycling stuff, going off of gamble reads, seeing and playing to your opponent based on what you've seen in the half. And Ninjas are showing us adjustments, adaptations that are working.
FaZe find themselves in what can be the most gut-wrenching position. If Nip take this 3-0 sweep in OT, then the only thing they can do is play for double overtime.
You shall not pass. It says the 2 Molotovs there, landing at secret. The agenda for Nip is funnel these players into Plopsky. They know that he can handle himself. Very precise shoulder peeks, can't risk it getting crouch sprayed down even for a bit of damage. There it is. Player spotted, now he'll move into the next portion of his round, this next protocol here as he drops down into lower. Nico is still outside, there's no attention on him, but there's 3 players downstairs. Is this the read?
Enough. They could even wrap around towards Hell. If they combine with Nico here, they could take the entirety of Outdoors.
Now they're thinking.
They could put Twist in a very real pickle.
How can you even rotate out of ramp?
Oh, he's downstairs. Excuse me, I thought he's sitting inside of garage. There is nothing to keep Nico in check. This is like a flashback. A round where they see nothing until they have to hit a bomb site. 20 seconds to go, and that bomb moves upwards. Olaf's here to join him. Rez, the last line of defense, taken down. And Nip, they've got to go all in on this. Oh, FaZe have gotten away with at least one round, it seems. 2 versus 4, turned 1v4, Twist with an off and a hope. But now they know exactly where he's at. All the attention turned towards him. Still, he's managed to move himself somewhat outwards. Olaf offers nothing from the heavens above. Twist just wants so desperately for somebody to overextend. Somebody make a mistake for him so that they can close this with the 3-0 sweep. But now time means he has to move, and FaZe will happily grab at least one round. It's all they have to work with, but it's sure enough better than nothing.
Yeah, at least a single round. I mean, that's huge. Obviously, the 3-0 just kind of just spells disaster. Like, you're like, it's over for sure. So the one is big. FaZe are now going to be questioning why is it that they gave up 2 of their rounds when they were having such a good time. That was a really well-called round, though, from FaZe, right? The way they were able to get outside. Nico going unchecked is maybe a problem that Ninjas would be more mad at themselves more than FaZe would be like, oh, we're geniuses, because he just kind of walks outside and then gets away with walking around through big garage. But the way that they played Plopsky into dropping, and then they weren't even planning to cross outside, They just got Plopsky into dropping, and then they ended up going for the Heaven Wrap. We saw Rez was in emergency defense position. He did not want them to come Heaven.
No, when everything hinges on Rez on that A site, and Heaven has been given up from both outer and ramp,
you basically can't get 2 kills from there.
Well, he knew he was in trouble. So what's Nip's first T-side play? It's been a while since they've been here.
Now they're having a meetup right now.
Quick powwow.
Yeah. Discuss options where they've shared secrets. Where do they go?
Well, either way they head, they'll be met by resistance. Pick your poison. Olaf on the op, or the rest of FaZe Clan sitting up on A. Once that smoke fades, they could very well make their move. 4 players shoulder to shoulder. And Olaf, last time he was tested in this position, did such a good job of getting a kill, fading back, and always staying on the move. However, they've moved past him. Plopsky swings the door, and Broky's tested. Gets himself 2 kills, dropping that bomb, and at the very least, slowing things down. All the while, Olaf, he's cut off Forest. Rez has the element of surprise as he does work his way down ramp. Twist knows he's so exposed to decon. If he is able to move around and maybe tuck into dark, that's one thing, but the bomb's not planted for them.
Yeah.
Bomb is planted safe, and they don't have a post plant for it. Now Rez has to cover cross, and both doors are swung open. Rez only able to get himself 2. FaZe tie at 17.
Oh my God.
Which means all 3 possibilities still out there.
Yeah, still out there. Who knows, but at the same time, what a round from FaZe, and what a round from Brokey. Okay, I was gonna say with Olaf, the way how far he fell back in the first place, he doesn't have enough ways to get openings and then fall back again. He's already starting by the control stairs, so he's relying more heavily on Brokey to help him out, right? And he ends up falling back without getting a kill, and they wrap decon, and Brokey is there, and he gets the 2K spray down. That's the only reason they're able to win. You know, Olaf cannot do much more than that.
Sure.
So it seemed like it's really smart from Nip. They avoided Olaf completely and went fast out the door, but they just didn't expect that.
If he doesn't get those kills, then I don't think that bomb is so desperately planted.
Yeah.
Give them a better post plant and maybe one other member. NIP could very well be sitting on 18 already, but that is not the case. 19 rounds for a win. 18 each to double OT. Anything still possible. What a move, Rain! Drops off of Hut, throws himself into the execution. It's a huge clash on the A site. Cold swapping places, denied back. Forest has made the difference here. He's got 2 kills and only 5 health left, but that bomb is at least on A, and it's ready to be planted. Olaf pops the flash behind. If he can create a big enough distraction for Brokey to come in, swooping down on them, FaZe may very well be back in the lead. Plopsky knowing he's pinched right now, but he makes his move.
They don't know.
He gets himself onto the other side of Silo. Now he is completely safe from the heavens. All he has to do is kill Olaf first. He sees his head. Olaf's not gonna peek, and then he takes it. FaZe Clan secure double OT and a potential win here on map 1.
They have open up options, yes. The potential 2-0 again. We saw them play on Dust 2, 16-3. Absolutely slapped up. And NIP going into the next Dust 2 are going to be extremely low on confidence, and they almost closed this map out. There's still potential for OT. It's hard to guess exactly where it's going to go, but whoa, okay. Another great mid-round, another late 2v2. Good kill from Brokey. He knew exactly, he knew how important it was that he found that frag early, right away. Olaf used his utility up. There's no more distractions. His position will only get harder to get a kill from. He got it right away.
I mean, I've got to give props to Brokey. He is sitting in what could be double overtime, and yet he has had some of the most instrumental kills in these mid-round moments. Whether that be in this 2v2 post plant, the solid hold downstairs, but this is it. NINJAS having lost control. NINJAS fighting off the back foot, and NINJAS knowing that after this we move to Dust 2. FaZe taste blood in the water. toxic as it may be here on Nuke. The double op setup in play from FaZe.
Love the setup from FaZe. Olaf in that forward aggressive position, using his utility early. This is when he had the most impact. He's still got a smoke ready to pull. They haven't put enough pressure on Secret to cause a problem for him, and we know that FaZe are really good at holding rotations.
So much outer control being given, but they all fall towards Nico. We've seen Forrest in this position before, however, now he has that bomb. And Rez opens up. That was a squeaky push from Rain that just got shut down. But if Plopsky's not cautious, he could be giving up his head. Oh, Nico's gonna take it, and he just spotted Forrest! But he's not gonna win that second duel. The damage substantial, but the man advantage, that of Nip. And now as they walk into the A site, it's Coldzera from the rafters! Taking down 2, traded by Olaf, everything falls on Therese. He has 15 seconds left and a bomb on his back. 2 ops ready! FaZe take map 1! From the back foot after each and every half, pushing it to OT, and they maintain. This is a team of legends with a new kid on the block. Props to Brokey, props to FaZe. A hell of a first map here in Copenhagen.
बहुत ठंडी लगी तो कौन उठेगा उससे अच्छा बंद है
अभी तो गर्मी यार सुबह उठने का मन ही नहीं
करता। अबे वहाँ सोता हूँ मैं तो आवाज बहुत आती है। सोती लेट है ना 11 बजे सोती तो अपने आप 8 बजे अपने आप 8 बजे तो आँख खुल ही जाएगा। 11 फोन स्विच ऑफ करके देखना एक बार। एग्जाम्पल बता रहा हूँ guys, I'll be right back. English, yes, English. Alfro. Renato, I'll be right back. I'm turning off the stream right now. I'll switch off my Wi-Fi and come back.